What were you saying earlier about something being a part of my character but not being on my sheet
I
right away?
fixed it. It was just the name of the character sheet was different than was not the name of the character. It was still Revive. I fixed it.
I'm looking at
Oh,
the Rucat Gaming YouTube channel. I love the transition between diagonal facing Ru to front facing Ru.
There's no
It's
green.
fucking terrifying.
Sorry, diagonal facing Rue. What?
Like a year ago, the old PNG tuber you had, it was like diagonally facing. And now the one you have right now is front facing, and I'm just like looking at the thumbnails, and it's like I just said something heinous and you looked at me.
You meant this one?
Who's Rue?
I mean, they
Rue,
were
if we have you
always
DM, are you gonna yell at us and you're gonna be like, I'm actually the game master?
no. But I believe Blades has its own. Uh,
You're the GR, which stands for.
Gay Ru.
Yep.
the audio does work, by the way.
Oh, she has it live.
okay, it is
Yep.
just yes. That's what I was just telling you guys.
Sweet.
Um.
Okay, I need to turn the volume down more. Mute.
So
On the
there
like on
are
the stream, why
it.
is Reese segregated from the rest of us?
Because
Mercy.
the other icons are
It's because I
not
smell.
here yet.
Mercy.
Eh?
Hi. Rue's streaming, just so you know, so when you join, don't say any slurs like you normally do.
What?
Rue is streaming.
Okay.
So when you join, you have to be like
Oh, just because you're Jewish doesn't mean you can say
normal.
the Jewish slur.
So that they can look at the. Rue's streaming every single session that we've done.
Did not agree to that.
Oh. Well, you should talk to Rue.
That was included. Wait, that was included in the.
Love you. What do you get to drink?
How does she not know this? What?
And she wasn't prompted in the same way that everyone else was.
It was included in the original pitch.
I don't think she saw that.
How did
Where was the pitch? Was it in the announcements?
it
Then
was?
hold on.
In the D&D chat.
I was in D&D chat, yeah.
Hi.
Welcome in.
Oh no.
Good to hear.
I'm normal again, don't worry.
I didn't see it in the original pitch, to be fair.
To what? Be fair, what?
Rue said it's in the original pitch, but I don't necessarily see it in the original pitch.
Okay. It is what it is. It's not a big deal.
I can't
Unless
say slurs!
it is a big deal for Marcy, in which
But
case
Marcy seems to not want to do it.
No, I'm just adjusting my expectations.
it's
Does
not
a
in
level 1
the.
harm count as seduced?
It's not in
Big cat.
because harm is ambiguous. It's Marcy.
Harm
It's
is not
not.
ambiguous. I am going to hurt you.
It's not in. It's not in the. It's not on Twitch. It's just on YouTube, and it's only for the VOD. That's the only reason we're doing it.
Oh, it's not clarity,
Okay.
severe harm, or fatal harm.
Can I hit launch game?
Yes.
No.
I didn't even think she has a character sheet.
She has a character sheet.
Um,
It's not filled out, but it exists.
This is frightening. That's a lot of dials.
Oh, that's none of those mean anything right now.
Okay, how do I make a character? Somebody tell me what I'm doing.
That's not what we're doing.
I thought I was under the impression D had already helped you make a character.
He has not done shit for fuck.
Oh my god, fuck you.
He has shown me things.
I've tried showing her the
Whoa, we
video,
don't
and
even
she
know
just
about that.
plays Pokemon Go on her phone the entire time and role plays on Amino the entire time.
It's hilarious.
Not
see that.
true.
And then yeah, it's not Amino, it's some replacement app for Amino.
I mean, that's
There is a
correct,
new there's a newer OC roleplay app
Called
that
Q-Rail.
that-
Mercy uses it every day.
Astoria used
Sidetracking
to
the
use.
century.
But yeah,
anyway.
no, Mercy has a character. She even knows what
There
fucking
there is
perk
something
she's picking.
speaking of
She
which,
just
speaking of
doesn't
which,
have
for
it on
speaking
the
of
character
sidetracks,
sheet.
if anyone ever detects that we are getting sidetracked, hit the tangent alert button. That's
Let's
why
do
it's
that
there.
then.
Can we get a real gavel?
That
I
is
should be able
not
to throw a rock at Rue every time.
Not
I
that
do
one.
Spamming
Not
a soundboard.
that's not the one.
That one?
That's not the one, D. No, the one that says tangent alert. Thank you, Revive.
Want a break from the ads? If you tap
D.
now to watch a
Why
short
is this okay?
Okay.
Why?
Okay,
Why
can
is
we
the
fucking
soundboard
get
so
this-
fucking loud?
Because
Hold
I'm by D.
Well, there
Oh
she
my
goes.
god.
I'm turning
Okay.
the soundboard down to like 20. Jesus.
We have
That's
gone
still
onto a
loud.
tangent about tangents.
The
Yes.
tangent.
Okay.
The
Let's
Lincoln tangent.
let's get back to where we're meant to be, which is
I
okay.
was put to a movie night.
Oh, watching a movie? Sweet.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's like movie
guys.
night. It plays music.
Rue,
Marcy.
what's up, buddy?
Did someone willingly leave the VC? What?
He's
He
my
is gone
mind
again.
actor.
Okay,
He is back.
I didn't move D that time.
By the way, if she gets too troublesome, she is 10 feet away from me. I can go deal with her.
Okay.
Oh,
Listen,
no.
I asked Rue a question when I lit it in, and he didn't answer.
What was the
It's good to know
question?
that we can just sick Marcy on D.
I said, could a character in my backstory join the American Lynch Resistance?
I literally said yes.
I didn't hear it.
Okay.
Maybe
so,
we were bad.
so what are we doing today?
Okay, so what we did last session was we were doing crew creation and doing setup for the first mission. So today what we're going to do is finish crew creation, and assuming all of you did your homework, everybody's going to present their Marcy, you obviously have an exception to this since I don't think this was conveyed to you. You're going to present your idea
homework?
for a faction. Yeah? You're meant to come up with one idea for a faction?
I see.
Do you remember?
That
Do you
somebody
remember
did
this?
Better hustle.
I sent you one.
Yes, you did. But
Did
yeah,
anyone else send you one?
there.
I was just gonna
I
wait
don't
till
remember
now.
this at all. I was dead tired by the end of the last session.
It's okay. It's okay. We got this. We're gonna figure it out. But Marcy, I
have, like,
fully
4
believe in your
more ready to
ability to
go.
improv. So if you have an idea as we're talking through things, you can feel free to go to do it today. So
Enemy faction made. Done.
What about
Uh,
Transformers?
Nope.
So what we're gonna
Oh,
do
that's a
for
great
today
thing.
is we'll finish off crew creation, and then we'll go over character sheets.
Sure. Still don't know what I'm doing.
What
No,
that's
that's
I'm
what
saying
I
we're going
meant
over
by
your
similar
character
thing.
sheet, D. That I mean Marcy, that's what I'm saying is I'll help you make
I'm
your
D
character.
Okay.
Oh my god, hi
thank
D.
you. Hi everybody.
Hi.
Okay,
Nice
the
shit
link
from my butt.
the link that I sent in the Lincoln Contingent chat. That is the easiest way to see all of the deep cuts changes. The most important of which is under the action section. So there is no longer a action roll. So when you do something, you don't roll to do it. You are going to do it, and then I am going to present a consequence, and then you choose to either roll to resist the to you either roll to face the consequence, or you resist the consequence, and that's through other means. But so that's the
I'm
biggest
already
change.
confused.
Okay, what are you confused about?
So if I'm like, I want to steal this thing.
You got to use nouns, D. You can't be that vague.
I try to steal something behind the counter. It'll be a bottle of
So
wine.
you would describe that situation, and I would present, and
But I
I
say
would
it in that
present.
way, like I want or like I do. It's like I steal it, or am I saying I would like to?
I'm not to interject or interrupt. I'm reading the action section, and it does seem like it's you do it, and then the GM would describe a consequence.
Yes, that is how that goes.
Does the consequence
Then
happen?
the consequence happens depending on the roll, or whether or not you choose to resist.
You are basically rolling a reaction to something happening.
Like, for example, if you meant to steal something behind the counter, you would succeed in doing that, like automatically. But then the consequence would be, oh, the shopkeeper sees you doing that. If you roll like a 6, the shopkeeper doesn't see you. You like avoid it somehow. If you roll a
So I
1,
retroactively
you're cucked.
change the consequence?
Yes. Well, it's not
Yes.
retroactive because the consequence doesn't happen.
It's the consequence is in limbo, waiting for you to resolve your roll.
So you
Yeah,
don't say the
it's
guy sees me. You say the guy is opening his eyes about to see?
No, here's how this will happen. You propose an action, and I will say, the example that they give here
Yeah, read
is
me an
that
example.
I will describe a consequence that is about to happen, and you will take an action to avoid it. Everybody knows the possible outcome before the roll, and you don't create a new complication. So basically, um, I need to mute this server. I can't do this with distractions. I need to just set myself to do not disturb. Someone remind me to turn off do not disturb when we're done.
You got it, buddy boy.
Thank
It's gonna
you.
be hard to do that when you're on Do Not Disturb, but I'm sure we'll find a way.
When we're in the VC together, you ding dong.
Well, no,
Yeah,
you
but
just
what if nobody
deafen
remembers?
yourself and we can't even text you anymore.
Yeah, I got rid of I changed the deafen key, so it's no longer the slash button.
instead
But
of
We'll just do
hitting the
the
tangent alert, can I just say shut the hell up?
anyway, so here is here's an example that they give for a threat roll. Scurrylock is dragging a vengeful ghost into a spirit bottle with his lightning hook. The GM describes 2 threats: ectoplasmic backlash from the ghost, which is 2 harm, and spirit
Where's the
warden
bomb?
attention, 2 ticks on their alert clock. So Oscar rolls 4 dice, 3 for a tune, and 1 more for the additional threat. He gets a 6, a 4, a 4, and a 2. He assigns the 6 to the energy backlash threat and avoids it. He assigns the 4 to the spirit warden threat, so he suffers a reduced consequence, 1 tick on the clock. Or he may push himself to avoid it entirely.
Well,
So
why does he roll 4 dice?
it literally tells you why he rolls 4 dice. He rolls 3 for a tune and 1 more for the additional threat. So if there is more than 1 threat, you get an additional dice for every additional threat.
I see. And
There's there's a couple more under here that oh, here we go. Establishing the threat. To initiate a threat roll, the DM describes a bad consequence that's about to happen to you, and you narrate your scoundrel's response. Valeria suddenly draws her blade in the blink of an eye. She might cut you down before you can react. And then the PC responds with, I lunge forward as she draws and try to wrestle her to the floor before she can get her sword out. If your scoundrel's action initiates a threat, the GM first describes your effect, then defines the possible bad consequence. You sneak into the manor through the sunlight, but you might draw the attention of the guards, 2 ticks on the alert clock. You search the office for hidden files, but servants might catch you in the act. You disable the complicated Sparkcraft alarm, but you might break your tinkering tools in the process. You pummel the blue coat and knock him out, but during the fight you might take a bad hit too, and you'll take 2 harm. And so that's examples of how that would go through.
yeah, but you're
I
choosing what we're doing.
I choose the
so like
consequences.
yeah, so
You choose
imagine
what you
like
do.
a situation of it would be like, if we're going back to the counter, you would say, I want to steal this behind the counter, or I try to steal it behind the counter, and then Rue will say, you succeed in, doing blank, or you reach behind the counter to grab it, but blank, like you might get seen, or like maybe there's someone like maybe like some sort of security that you need to bypass. or something like that. I honestly just see them as like skill checks from D&D, but phrased differently. You
Mhm.
will always succeed what you're trying to do, unless it's like fucking outlandish.
Well,
But
not necessarily.
the
There's asterisk. Carry on.
Who's
but
asterisk?
the I'm gonna tear your throat out as soon as I start talking. But okay, most of the time you'll succeed what you were doing. Asterisk, but it is mainly the consequence of that action that is what you need to roll for, or more so how you respond to the consequence. Your role isn't dictating the consequence per se, it's just how successfully are you reacting to it.
Yeah. Then there is the asterisk that we were talking about is there is also underneath the same right underneath all of these things there is something called threat of failure. So a threat roll usually resolves the consequences of a threat. It doesn't bear effect on this effect of your scoundrel's own action. However, sometimes if an action seems unlikely or especially difficult, in this case, the GM can introduce the threat of failure. So, unless what you're talking about is incredibly difficult or unlikely, then it will always succeed. You will always do what you set out to do. There are just going to be consequences for it. And if it is unlikely or difficult, then you have a chance of failure. So, for instance, if you assign a 4 or 5 to a failure threat, your character's action has reduced effect or otherwise doesn't go as you hoped. On a 1 to 3, the action fails, and you can push yourself to improve the outcome as usual. So the narrative suggestion they give here is this is a long sniper shot, so the threat is failure. You might miss, and you're not a trained sharpshooter, so this is a desperate roll too. And then they roll and they fail, and they can push themselves to reduce the consequence. So the consequence was failure, and they're trying to reduce the consequence. So if they push themselves to do so, they land the shot, but not as well as they hoped. They'll hit in the arm instead of the chest. Position and effect still apply pretty similarly, but instead of controlled risky standard, basically now when you're in a controlled position, you don't need there is no threat, so you won't make a threat roll. But you can still trade your position for effect. So if you're in a controlled position and you're trying to do something, and I say it's not really realistic, you're not going to get super much effect out of it. You can either put yourself into a risky position or you can push yourself.
And push yourself is just stress, right?
No, it's a whole separate thing. Uh, So pushing yourself is when you suffer a consequence, you can push yourself to avoid or reduce it, depending on the outcome of the threat. When you push yourself, make a roll using the attribute that corresponds to the type of consequence you're suffering, just like a resistance roll in standard blades. On a crit, you take 0 stress. On a 6, you take 1 stress. On a 4 to 5,
But
you
a
take
6
2
is a crit.
stress. 2 sixes. A
Oh.
6 is a success. 2 sixes is a crit. On a 1 to 3, you take 3 stress, and if you face multiple consequences, you can push yourself against each one separately. You can also push yourself to increase the effect of action you take and activate certain abilities, like not to be trifled with. When you do this, you may choose to forego the roll and simply take 2 stress instead. So if Marcy is fighting a small gang and she uh she rolls the threat roll and fails it. And uh she would like to resist the consequence uh of getting beat up by this small gang. Not to be trifled with allows her to perform a feat of superhuman strength, right? That's what that does, Marcy.
I'm pretty sure yes.
So she uses her not to be trifled with ability, um and then um she engages a small gang on equal footing in close combat. So she'll take 2 stress and she'll activate that ability. Does that make sense?
Yeah, kind of.
I feel
We
like
just,
it'll
like,
make a lot
go,
more sense. Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
we just go through it during the actual like game session.
Yeah.
Just like initiate an action the same way you would in like standard TTRPGs like D&D and stuff. Like you try to do blank, you want to do blank, and if it's like you know phrased really specifically, like it needs to be phrased really specifically in Blades or something like that, then we'll change it. But it seems like it's really easy for the GM or anyone who knows the rules to like railroad the first few actions you do, and you get used to it.
Yeah, well, that is one thing about this system is you will always choose what you roll. I get to determine your position and your effect, but you get to determine what you roll. So, choosing the action. Based on a description of your scoundrel's response to the threat, the GM proposes an action to use for the roll. If the proposed action doesn't fit your idea of what your character's doing, describe the scene in more detail to reflect the action rating you intended. If the group can't agree for some reason, the player has the final call on what action to roll. In some special cases, you can use other ratings when you make a threat roll, like attribute, crew tier, or lifestyle. So, like, if you're saying, like, I'm not going to get into that other part, but you choose the action you roll, but it's only on threats. So you don't say I want to you don't say I want to consort. You say I want to persuade the guards, and then if it's something that's entirely reasonable, like depending on your position, I might not even call for a roll at all. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's go to crew. Let's go to crew creation, and then we will address after we finish creating the crew and the factions. We will we'll move from there.
Address the Marceline.
Yeah, we'll address the Marceline.
Just a Marcy in the room.
So, did we ever pick a reputation?
No,
Oh shit, we didn't.
Oh, it says savvy on our sheet.
It does say savvy. I'm not sure if we chose that,
oh no,
but
you guys picked savvy. I thought you were
Oh
talking
yeah,
about
because we
the.
definitely got past savvy because we were picking our like
oh
abilities.
yeah,
and
it
stuff.
took like
It
30
took
minutes
the
for us to
vast
pick
majority.
savvy.
It took way more than
Oh, we
3
have
minutes.
synchronized.
We do have synchronized, yes.
Um,
Getting to crew creation on the page we pulled up? Because I'm not
Go
sure.
to Roll20, go to the books, type in, go to rules, and type in crew. And there should be something called crew creation.
I see.
Mercy, you got that? You found it?
Creation books, crew.
It's
That's our
the
crew
compendium
sheet.
at the top, not the AI
It's
journal.
the crew semicolon crew creation.
I found it.
The crew : crew creation, yeah. And then
Wait.
we're like, I can just send you a link.
we
to the
skipped
page.
over some things, so we do
Crew
need to go back
creation.
and
There it
yeah.
is. I found it.
So we picked shadows, and then we picked savvy, and then we didn't really figure out our base yet, I don't think.
Yeah, we did. It's a you didn't have to pick one of these options. You guys are in the
Oh, right,
basement
right.
of Volo's
Item
monster?
shop.
Yeah, can someone please tell me that the faction we
character's
chose
name
was the
is
Spanish
Volo.
Inquisition?
I don't know if I have any input on this, but I'm not playing a sneaky character.
Neither am I.
we don't need to be sneaky.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shadows are thieves and spies. They execute burglaries, espionage, robberies, and sabotage. Part of the reason, like we did specifically, that's actually the part we were stuck on. Phew.
Bless you.
Sorry,
Soul.
sorry.
Bless you.
Okay. The part we were stuck on was we had to pick hunting grounds. So when we picked hunting grounds, we have to choose a favored operation type: burglary, espionage, robbery, and sabotage. we were stuck between, I think
Burglary and
espionage
espionage.
and burglary were the two that we were on. There were arguments on both sides for those. I realize this is yet another window that you have to pull up. Go to the same books and click on and type in shadows to pull up this.
It'll be under like the cruise tab.
Yeah, hang on. I'm typing. Shadows.
Sorry.
We have prowess and hidden.
Oh,
Yeah, those are our crew upgrades, but we technically skipped to that part, but we never did answer the hunting grounds question.
Hunting grounds. Cool. We weren't doing sabotage. We weren't doing robbery. We're doing
No,
burglary,
burglary
or
or
espionage.
espionage. Yeah. You guys also did decide to pay off the faction whose territory you're
fully.
in, so you have no coin. You have no coin for
We're broke.
at the start. Yes.
Brokies.
It's
Broke
okay.
alert.
So you guys are gonna get +1 status with them. We will determine who they are in a minute. Because we're gonna establish all the factions.
Mm-hmm. So pick a hunting ground. Kalia, what's your vote?
For what?
Burglary or espionage?
Oh, burglary. I thought we settled this.
Bree,
Burglary.
Marceline.
Burglary.
There you go.
Burger.
Okay, cool. So you
What do you write
guys,
that?
it might not be hunting
Oh, I
grounds.
see it. Hunting grounds.
Yeah.
Just delete the ones that we are in.
Yeah, sweet.
Burger.
Burger.
Sally's like, I thought we were doing burgers.
I thought
Okay.
we were making burgers.
So-
What's going on? Why are we breaking in?
She's wearing the kiss the shadow apron.
This first
Hold
session's gonna go
on.
beautifully after we start.
What the fuck?
No, you think we're starting ever?
No, not
session
this
9
one,
of
not
session
this
0.
month, not this month, not this
This
year. I just mean like eventually,
Yeah.
because
We're gonna do so many sessions
just
like
for,
this
like,
that we're just gonna make a whole new system before we ever actually get
I
around
don't
to
know how
doing
much
anything.
background context Marcy got, but like, it's just like my idea. I don't know if we ever settled on one, but like, we all came together on a boat with a job to get this book, but like, we have not really interacted much in the past few months that we've been here. And once the campaign starts, is when we're starting to realize, hey, we actually need to start working together if we're gonna get any fucking progress done. So like we know of each other, we've seen each other on a boat, and we have like the same like house of operations and like layer and everything. But we are starting off like yeah, we started off like barely talking to each other, except for like some of our characters. But
Oh, interesting.
I'm
I mean,
excited
obviously
to
you
learn how
yeah, you
Ree's
can obviously
character
make
got a house. And
you
a
can obviously
store.
make an exception. Like if you want your character to know Dee's character or Ree's
A house is an
character,
exaggeration.
then
Well, yeah.
you can just ask to do that, and that's completely fine. I'm planning on doing that.
I have a good
anyway.
idea for getting to the island now.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
we'll
I
progress
also do
that
want to talk
when we
about
get
the
character
potential
sheet.
of having a scar when we go over your character. I'm doing something with Koei
True,
with
true.
they're getting they're taking they're doing things.
That's
We
ominous. Don't
already
say it like
we picked a special ability. We picked crew upgrades. If you guys want to, so I do want to go. I would want to go back to crew upgrades and see if we want to
Yes,
change
please.
our decisions. So a couple of things.
And Marcy, crew upgrades. Shadow has some choices, but also we're also looking at the crew section. So to see the full list of crew upgrades we have available to us, you need both shadows open and the crew open.
Yes, I have both open.
Cool. Shadows upgrades and crew upgrades are the same thing, but on different pages. Kind of different
Yeah,
things, but
crew
what we have
crew
access to.
upgrades every crew has access to. Shadow upgrades only shadow has access to.
Okay, that makes sense.
Sorry, I just wanted to make sure she was looking at the right thing.
So
I-
one thing that is very changed: training. compared to base Blades in the Dark, you would mark XP, and then as soon as you filled a bar, you would instantly level up. That is no longer the case in deep cuts. In deep cuts, you fill in the clock on your character sheet, and then whenever you take the train downtime action, you spend those clocks to gain either an advancement, or you can put a dot in a particular dice. You need
Mhm.
you need a trainer of a tier which is higher than or equal to the number of dots you want to have. So for instance, if you want to train you guys chose the prowess training, which means if you look at your character sheet, um let's see, let's look at a filled out one so I can, yeah. This one is not filled out. D's character sheet is not filled out.
Nope.
Uh, so for instance, Koei's character sheet, Koei has 2 dots in prowess. If Koei wants to put a point into skirmish or wreck, they have to find a trainer who is tier 3 to put one into either skirmish or wreck. If they want to put one into prowl or fitness, which will not increase their prowess level at all, then they only need someone who's tier 2. So if you look at you see how on the left hand side there's a little bar? That is your
Mhm.
rating in that stat. So as long as if you have 1 dot in any of the abilities, you have 1 in the stat. So resolve is
That
the stat.
was,
The attribute, not the
I
stat, right?
think that was explained to me.
I'll put an
That's what I
image of
think.
it summarizing it in the chat.
Yeah. So if you
2
guys
is a
still
tier equal to or 1 higher than?
equal to the one that you're trying to get. So if you're already tier 2, you need a tier 3 trainer.
Mhm.
This can also be found if you click on the link that I sent earlier, and then click on downtime. It's explained there.
So on my character sheet, if I wanted to get consort to level 3, what tier of trainer would I need, given I
Consort,
only have level 1
it
resolve?
doesn't matter. Getting consort to level 3, you can just do that. If you just need a level 1 trainer.
Okay.
If you're improving the ability itself. So if you're
But
improving
if I
consort
had
is under resolve. So if you're improving resolve to level 2, then you need so if you're for example, your character sheet specifically, if you wanted to put a dot in sway, you would need a tier 2 trainer. But if you're putting
but if I
another
wanted to
dot
put a
in
dot in
consort,
consort, I need a tier 1 trainer.
yes.
And if I had 1 point in sway already and 1 point in command already, would putting 1 point in the tune cost me a tier 4 trainer?
Yes.
Okay.
Just to clarify, um, my survey stats currently at 2 dots. To upgrade that to 3 dots, do I need a tier 3 trainer or no?
Let me look at your character sheet again. No, you only need a tier 1 trainer because you have no points in insight. You just have the 1 point in insight.
Yeah, okay. I see. But if I had let's say I took a point in study, that would require a tier 2 trainer. And if I try to take an additional point to study, would that also require a tier 2 trainer now that my insight's at or that insight has 2 dots in it?
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's funny, we just asked the exact same question.
Yeah, I think we're stupid. No, I'm just bad at paying attention. Anyway, go on.
So, spend XP to advance. To advance an action rating to 3, you need to train with an instructor who is quality 3. Uh, I might have had that backwards. It
It
might
sounds
be
like
it might be the number of dots that you have, actually.
To add an action or attribute dot, you need a number of filled advancement clots equal to the new rating. In the example, a right player adds a dot to Prowl, which raises its rating to 2, so it will cost 2 advancement clocks to acquire. Another player wants to add a dot to Sway, which raises the resolve attribute to 2, so they clear 2 and increase their sway. They're independent. So the
Yeah.
level of a skill, or if it's your first level, it's the level of your attribute.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you have 1 in command, 1 in consort, and 1 in sway, to put 1 in attune, it costs 4. But then to put a second in attune, it only costs 2. Is what this says. I don't know about
Yeah.
tiered
Yeah.
trainers. I'm just going off of
That
what
that
Koei.
I'm looking at. I'm
That
looking at
seems
the.
stupid.
I'm looking at the train. Downtime activity.
Train. Downtime.
Sorry.
But
Train.
let's. So the reason that's why it's important that so you guys having a prowess that's character sheet. There's the group.
And
So
they
you
got
guys have
prowess just because of being shadows, right?
yes, you guys just get that.
We didn't choose it.
No, you didn't.
Okay. I don't like prowess. That's fine.
I think let me double check. Shadows. Yes, starting upgrades is training and prowess.
We should get training and resolve, Smile.
No.
Oh, Marcy likes prowess too.
I'm here. I'm just listening to try to pick up information.
I don't know what's going on either.
That's not what I said.
What?
So how do you figure out what tier you need to do training?
That's on the other page. That's
An action rating to 3. You need to train with instructor with quality 3. Action ratings of 4 aren't available. Do you like mastery for your crew?
yeah. So action or attribute dot is what you were looking at. It's dependent on where you're placing it. It's how many clocks it takes, and then the kind of trainer you need is dependent on. Oh, and before I keep getting distracted from the point I was trying to make. So you guys taking training in prowess means that you get a free trainer of a certain tier, and I'm blanking on where they are now. Sorry, I'm trying to find it. Okay, here we go. Training upgrades. For insight, prowess, resolve, and training upgrades, you gain free access to a quality 3 instructor for all actions under that attribute.
Nice.
When you gain the personal training upgrade, permanently mark 1 XP in one of your advancement clocks or in one of your XP tracks. So, and then mastery gets you free access to quality 4 instructors. So if you if you're trying to train in a skill that your crew does not have free access to, then you have to do the acquire downtime activity,
And
which
acquire a trainer.
you acquire a trainer. Yes. Um, or and then one other thing is you can act as a trainer for someone else. So special abilities may require an instructor. Wait. No, it's right here. You can use this activity to act as an instructor with quality equal to your rating in the relevant action being advanced. When you are an instructor, you may also spend XP to advance. So when you're acting, you can act as an instructor for someone else. So for instance, Koei, what's your highest stat?
I believe his highest stat
Prowl,
is a
right?
Prowl, I
2.
believe. Yeah,
Okay, so you can act as a prowl trainer of tier 3.
got it.
Which means as a prowess trainer of tier 3, I mean.
Oh, I see.
Oh wait, no. It is prowl.
Wait, would that be? Wouldn't that just be either exclusively Prowl?
Yeah, it is exclusively prowl. I apologize.
Wouldn't it be tier 2?
No.
I have 3 dots in Prowl.
We can only get 2 in the beginning.
That no.
Really?
You choose
On the character development thing, it says you can only have 2 max in a skill.
What?
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Have I
very
been a
trick.
fool all this time? Character creation.
Unless you have like a special ability.
Start a game. Oh, I think I'm stupid. It even says a reminder there.
Yeah, you can only have a 2 in a skill.
I've been organizing them pretty freely, so I'll just move that to finesse. Easy problem solved.
Sorry.
It's quiet in here.
No, you're good. I'm glad you pointed it out. Anyway.
So
wait,
Rue,
didn't you have something from your playbook which advanced you?
your playbook gives you the 2.
No, D, I'm talking about special abilities.
Special abilities.
He sounds like scared.
Like something Solid Snake.
Special abilities. Could be special ability is
Special abilities.
reflexes.
Yeah, which doesn't do anything to my action points for some reason. Not for some reason. That makes sense.
It makes you do things faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, which
It
wouldn't give
doesn't
a
have
third
any.
power.
That doesn't
Yeah,
have any
okay.
like benefit to my attributes.
Sorry,
Anyway.
there's so much going on here. I feel
We're
like
just gonna continue with the
we
crew
were all
stuff,
like
yeah.
this. We were all like this when we learned D&D, weren't we?
That's
like-
true. Yeah.
I was like pretty like on board with it already. I didn't have any issues with it. I think this is just a you guys problem.
I'm gonna skin you.
I want to go on a tangent about this so bad, but I'm holding back.
So, Rue, if I have a 1 in Prowl, Skirmish, and Wreck, and I want to put a 1 in Finesse, I need 4
You need-
dials of XP to do it.
Yes.
But do I need a tier 1 trainer because the trainer sentence implies that it's per
Yes.
level of action, and
Yes.
even though
You
it's
need a ti-
I'm 4th tier of
You need a tier
prowess?
1. You need a tier 1 rec instructor, and you need a and you need 4 advancement clocks.
Okay, thank you. That makes sense. I didn't know if it'd be a tier 4 because I'm getting tier 4 prowess.
No, because the training advancement section says
It does not mention attributes in the.
no, the training downtime says to advance an action rating to 3, you need to train with an instructor with quality 3 or more.
Yeah, but that's his action, not attribute, and those are separate things. So that's why. I was
Okay,
confused.
the action rating is prowess. I mean, not is prowess, is
Finesse.
Finesse. Yeah, if you wanted to put a
Yeah.
point in finesse, then you need a tier equal to the action rating.
Right.
Okay.
That's the lack of
Let's go back to
mentioning
let's focus on crew upgrades. Okay. So you guys picked your crew upgrades. You got the two that you got by
I like
default were
thief rigging.
training prowess and hidden layer.
Yeah.
And then we picked cohort and thief rigging.
I like thief rigging.
The other option you could have picked was underground maps, elite rooks, and elite skulks.
Oh no, there's a lot more options.
From shadows, and then
Oh,
the
sure. And
options you
steady.
could have. What? No, you
And
can't pick
steady.
steady. Steady is 3 boxes.
Oh right, sorry, I did that last time.
The other options you could have picked were you couldn't have picked boathouse. You couldn't have picked carriage house. You could not have picked. The only other option you could have picked was workshop and quarters, I believe. Because mastery costs 4. Quality, you could have picked
I'm
quality.
content with the upgrades we chose.
Yeah. So no, D just threw me off.
Who's blaming her?
I'm good at that.
Always blame it on D. Always count on
Yeah.
Papyrus
I don't
Knight.
know what also earlier you're like, I'm killing you in chat and you never explained why you said that.
Yeah, what the fuck was that about?
Because I thought you were about to say that you couldn't come to session.
I did literally never even typed.
You were actively typing when I said I would murder you. No.
So
the next thing.
I'm
Moving
just saying
on.
when I said we should do cohort, I thought our base wasn't in Ree's house. And I thought cohort was cool because it could be the person who owns our base. So like now cohort's fine, but like why do you guys want cohort? Do we just
was
have like
kinda-
we have an old person working for us?
So
Why?
a cohort would be an expert. So first of all, we figured it would be a doctor.
I'm a doctor. I'm a doctor.
Because we talked about an expert. No, you're a vet. You're not a doctor.
Same thing.
I
I
went
mean,
to doctor
hey,
school.
Rue, do you remember though?
Same
Rue, do you
thing.
remember? We said that her character became a vet because she lost her medical license.
I remember there being a bit about
So,
that.
I
I can
mean,
add it to the character sheet right now. I don't think
Okay,
you should put a doctor in the
there-
party when we already have a
that
doctor.
seems
in
a
the party.
little
There is a
redundant,
there is a
especially when there's
reason
so
there is
many better
so
options.
there is a there is a game there's an in-game application for having a doctor though.
I'm sorry, who's this?
Yeah, right.
So I thought. All right,
What?
so what do we feel like having?
Who's
15
Wait.
doctors.
Hold on,
They
1
say
second.
doctor, investigator, occultist, assassin, or a
Just
spy.
fucking
Those are
stupid.
experts. So it's either expert, you either have an expert or you have a gang.
Yeah.
But we're at like tier 0, so our gang would be like 2
Our doctor
random
would be a
bumps
tier
off the
1 doctor, not even
street.
that good.
It's one random bum off the street.
No, he's not random. That's the thing. Why are we picking cohort if we don't have a care in the world for what this cohort's doing?
I don't
Like-
know. I advocated for maps and task sheets and no one listened.
That's why I wanted to revisit it. So that
Yeah,
if we're
Cohort, I'm totally cool with cohort. I'm just saying my vote of cohort.
we
Cohort
just
is
never picked what the
void.
cohort was.
I'm not totally cool with cohort.
Yeah, I
What
think
if a
having
cohort
a
was like
I
a really fun dog?
it's like a DMPC
Maybe
basically.
I have one of those at home.
It's a buddy. It's
I
an
have one of
NPC
those
we can be buddies with. It could be another hunter on the boat. Like it can be anything. I just want us to think about it
I'll be
because right now
fun.
it does nothing.
I'm pretty sure I voted Hidden Layer just because it's thematic.
Be
but-
guaranteed to get hidden there.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're talking
We
about like the
have to
crew
log in there.
upgrades box in the actual crew sheet.
If you go to your
Our
cruise ship, we can
options
get
are
one
thief
of them.
rigging, underground maps and task keys, elite rooks, elite skulks, and cohort. I said Carhartt. That's not right.
Carhartt jacket.
Yeah.
Wearing my Levi's jeans and my Carhartt jacket.
Let's see. Rules? Would it be in rules?
What are you looking for?
What doctor does?
It's literally in the
Using a cohort.
Using a cohort.
If a cohort is destroyed, it must be replaced. Okay, don't say destroy. It's a human.
If a cohort is destroyed.
It's an NPC. That's not a thing. That's not a person. That's property.
And I don't want to replace it.
We have to
Freaky.
replace our assassin, guys. He's
We have to
been
replace our friend.
destroyed.
Destroyed. Reduced to atoms.
Maybe the cohort
Disassembled.
could be like another
could be
hunter on the boat, or it could be like someone
Something
that
about the hunter on the boat.
works with Ree's character. Like maybe you like are an apprentice to the shop. Like
Mm.
it's their
Somebody
shop
who
or
runs the
something.
shop while I'm away.
What if the
Yeah,
cohort
yeah.
A little like a meter maid, yeah.
And they could, if
Cashier.
they were a. I mean, it makes sense. We're really just using your shop to be an evil
Getting a
base.
whole
So maybe
crew
you
upgrade
like
to hire a fucking
maybe they owe you
Okay, why did the first thing I think of was Henry Danger's fucking lair under the antique
Oh
shop?
my god,
Wait,
yeah.
that's literally
That's
what Ree's
basically-
shop is.
that's
That is
basically
exactly
what it is.
Ree's
That's
shop
what we're
is.
doing, yeah.
Oh my
I'm
god.
surprised no one picked up on that
That's
until
crazy.
you
Ree owns an odd and end shop that we have an evil criminal bunker under.
Like it. I sell like books and candles and like stuff for weird at home rituals. Like I just sell weird shit.
So basically, you got to this island.
like,
you went
crystals
up
and
to
cards.
a weird shop that already exists. And you're like, bro, let me do crime in your basement. Maybe like saved his life or something.
Yeah.
No, what if he was like, I'll only let you do crime in my basement if I get to just like do the shop full time because I'm sick of doing crime in my basement. He doesn't
Oh, it's
want to
like
do
an
any more crime in his
ex-criminal?
basement. He just wants to run the shop.
Well, he has to have a
Oh,
job.
God.
He's retired.
Past being a shopkeep. He has to be a doctor
And then when,
or something else.
And then when Ree's character gets full trauma and he retires and the new character's still shopkeep.
Back for one more job.
Back for
That'll be
one
my
more
last
job.
gig.
And I'll
It's
die
fucking,
right
like,
before we like during
full
the
dots
final
and
mission,
everything.
right at the
has
end.
like every special ability.
Just maxed on everything. It's like the
Oh wait, hold on. We're going on a
the
tangent.
stranger in black.
We are going on.
From
Hang on,
tangent.
hit the button.
Or like the
Uh.
stranger from Fallout.
Wrong one.
Ow,
Wrong
my
button.
fucking ah.
Yeah, right click the soundboard button and turn that shit down. That's what I did. Mine's on 10.
It's at 2%
Wrong
globally.
button. How is there a transformer sound on this server?
It's at 30% for me, and I should still so loud.
Yeah, that's
Relevant
why
green
it's
screen
so
effect.
low.
An investigator. So
looking
wait,
for
this person is
Got
basically
something I'm supposed to deliver.
our fixer.
Your hands only.
Oh my god.
Who's hitting them?
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not-
like an ex criminal who owns a shop, and then we're like the new kids in town, and
New Kids on the Block. Maybe he's the guy we paid off.
he could be
No,
another dude.
no. So the guy you paid
No,
off
no,
is
he's definitely works
explicitly
with
part
us.
of a different. Is part of a different faction.
Yeah. Of an,
Oh, can we kill him and
an-
take our money back?
Yeah.
We
Although I
should.
don't think much of us are killers.
I'm a killer.
I could like speak to his dead family and tell him that they think he's gay.
I
I'm
could
a
make him
40-year-old
dead.
you guys drag
and
around
then you
to
could
smoke
talk to
2
him.
cigarettes at a time.
I can't even say this is a sidetrack because this is genuinely how we're talking about who our cohort is going to be.
Yeah. Okay. Doctor, investigator, occultist, assassin, a spy, or etc.
So
It should
doc-
be some criminal job. I don't think it should
Oh
be
my
storekeeper.
God.
the doctor
Yeah.
expert is important because of the recover downtime activity. So
But whose crew is
Oh,
it?
I'm literally a doctor.
Shut-
I have the
no,
background
okay,
of a
D-
doctor.
D. So you being a doctor has a mechanical application. If I allow
me?
you to also be a doctor, to also be an expert, first of all, that's stepping on the toes of the of another class that gets the
What
ability
class
to.
is the doctor?
There is
wanna be
there's
that
a thing that
class.
allows you to
medic.
use tinker for bones.
Use
Bones?
Tinker for Bones.
Bones?
That's
Yeah.
certainly a sentence of all time.
I don't
You
want a
think
doctor to
about it.
tinker with my bones.
I'm
I want
good,
him to put them
Chief.
back.
Hey,
I'm
it's just so
good.
like the way you said it is just so like early RPG. Right click bones. Tinker.
No, it's a text RPG. It's like tinker bones.
Tinker.
It's like
Apply
I
bones
try
before
to I
you
tend to his wounds. Sorry, I don't understand that. I
Yeah,
bandage his
tinker.
wounds. Sorry, I don't understand that. I
Tinker his
tinker
bones.
bones.
This is a tangent. We're deciding what we want.
It is
No,
it is a
this
little
is
it
this
is
is
a
a
little
tangent about tinkering bones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make
It
him a
is
nurse.
this. Hang on, one second.
There, he's
Just
a nurse.
chill for just a second, okay, guys? 1 second.
Hang on.
Okay.
One Mississippi.
So there is a specific ability of the leech, which is called Physicker. You can tinker with bones, blood, and bodily humors to treat wounds or stabilize the dying. Everyone in your crew, including you, gets +1d to their healing treatment rolls. Also, under the downtime activity Recover, if you also engage the services of a Physicker, they remove an instance of harm and a level equal to or less to their quality. Physickers on the playbooks, like Sawtooth, are quality 2. So Sawtooth is one of the playbooks, I guess? Is that one of the new ones?
Never heard of it.
Is that one of the options inside of your
Not in our thing. Playbook changes in locations, heritage, rock, and catalyst.
No, Sawtooth is a name.
Sawtooth. Oh, someone searched Sawtooth in their Roll20.
But anyway, for each coin you pay, increase the Physicker's quality by 1 for this downtime to receive more extensive care. So,
So can I just get the Physicker special ability?
yes, but that's a veteran ability, so you would need 3 advancement clocks.
It's a veteran. What the
Yes,
hell's that?
veteran is the one. If you look at your character sheet, you have the ability to click like you have the special ability veteran, and it says choose a special ability from another source. So unless
Yeah.
you are playing the leech, you need 3 advancement clocks to become a Physicker.
How many?
3 advancement clocks.
Yeah, isn't that
So
cool? That I could like become a doctor instead of us just getting one.
I feel
I
we
feel like you're
could just-
stepping on my shoes a little bit.
okay, but so like there
Just
is
let's make a stupid
no.
decision and we'll suffer the consequences.
Yeah, yeah. I don't want
No,
some like
I'm not
meta
telling you. I'm not
blowout.
telling you to choose doctor. I'm telling you, you don't get to. You're not the team's doctor. That's not how that works.
Yeah, but
I'm
like
not
through
saying
roleplay,
you
I
can
do.
make the decision to have an expert or not. Like you guys can choose something other than cohort. That's fine. I don't care about that. I'm just telling you, you're not a doctor. You're not a
What if we
doctor.
get like what if one of us gets wounded and she makes a desperate roll and it's 2 6s?
That's
You're not
so
a doctor.
you can't make a roll because that's not how treating wounds works.
Fuck. Okay, damn it.
Rolls to treat your wounds cutely.
Yeah.
Not one.
There is no medicine checks, guys.
Okay. I feel like we're already on the fence of even having cohort as an upgrade.
Yeah. So
And
let's
if that's
we have to
I don't
decide.
get rid of that.
Wait, Rue.
Yes.
It says that healing yourself takes stress, right? It's
No.
the recovering character that takes the recovery action. Healing someone else
No,
does not.
you're
cost you
looking at the
downtime
wrong
activity
thing.
for the
You're looking
care.
at the wrong thing.
Why?
You are not looking at the alternative downtime. You are looking at the old downtime.
Alternative down.
Yes. It's under the recover
Heal.
action.
Recover.
Hospital.
Okay. Your crew's tier +1. When your healing clock fills, reduce each instance harm you have by 1 level. Remove an instance of harm with a level equal or less than their quality. The playbooks like Sawtooth. So if I go here and then I click on what is it? The leech? Sapper, Viper, Witch. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck a Sawtooth is. Sawtooth bleeds in the dark.
Anyway, none of that matters. We do need to pick
It's on the cutter's list of NPCs. It's a named NPC on the cutter. That's all it is.
Okay. So the cutter knows a
Can.
doc.
No.
They know a doctor.
If Mercy chooses it. For each coin you pay. So couldn't we just do the default healing is like RP it up of like me helping?
Yeah, you could, but
Smarter.
I'm saying mechanically there's a difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
There, as long as you understand that, then we're fine.
We should do quarters.
Quarters? Like 25 cents?
No, like gives us a place to sleep.
Yeah, quarters is
Oh.
important because if you don't have that, then you guys are separate from each other. And yes, at night. And I can use that
kinda like that.
to make complications.
Yeah, I don't want. We already have a hidden base. Like, we can't take away all the avenues of Rue fucking us in the ass.
Trust me, I will find plenty of ways. I'm pretty
Yeah, but if we have a
creative.
hidden base and we live there, I feel like that's kind of lame. A hidden base I already don't like that much. I want someone to burn down our base at one point.
They can still
Because of
find a
how
hidden
does it
base,
being
Dee.
Like I
hidden
play,
stop that?
I don't like in D&D when the DM ignores your spell book and doesn't like blow it up, get it wet, ruin the pages, the ink smears when you drop your book in you do an underground fight and your book's ruined. I love
So
that.
you
I
want
love
to
losing my
completely
book.
negate a character's way of...
Yes. Yes, that's so fun. It's like
It's a
making a
little...
fighter lose their sword. It's so cool.
A sword is far
Character
easier to
development.
recover than a spellbook,
And a spell
though.
book.
Spellbooks
Yeah, and then it's like it's a whole
spellbooks
art.
cost thousands of gold, though.
Perfect.
Thank
do it.
you. Tangent. Moving on.
I don't vote for the sleeping one.
We're not on the sleeping thing yet. One second. Let's go back to hidden. I do want to specify what that does. We don't need this. What is
There's so many
this?
tabs open.
Characters. We don't need character creation until we get to Marcy. Close
Training
the
prowess layer
crew.
hidden.
Action can go away.
Upgrades.
Shadows. There we go. Okay.
Upgrades. Crew.
I'm drawing
Crew. I can't
endless.
find
Indeed.
Okay. Hidden layer. Your layer is a secret location and is used to disguise it with you. If your layer is discovered, use 2 downtime activities and pay coin equal to your tier to relocate it and hide it once again. So first of all, I can still fuck you guys even when your layer, even with it hidden. It's just a different consequence. There
If
are
it's just
other
gonna
ways.
get relocated, then it probably shouldn't even be in Restore.
It might not
we
get
could just
relocated,
not
D. Why do
relocate.
you?
What?
Why not? Why can't it be in Restore?
It can't.
You're saying it
Then why
shouldn't
bring
be.
it up?
Yeah. What was the point of bringing it up there?
Thought I had. I didn't say it shouldn't. I just
But you did say you don't like the
You
idea.
did though.
No, I just said
You literally did. You said
I
then
didn't
why
say
would
it
it be in the
should.
shop? Which implies
Yeah,
that it,
as a
like,
question.
For
The
Henry
answer can
Danger.
be because it's cool. I don't
Wait. So the question. The. So just because something
So
bad
you
can
asked an
happen, it should be
arbitrary
somewhere
question.
else.
Not
Okay, that makes more
necessarily.
sense. That makes more sense. Okay. It doesn't matter. Hidden is default. We don't get to choose hidden. Hidden is there. It
True.
is there. We get to choose. So are we still keeping thief rigging? That's pretty good, right?
We
Because
can
that's
vote on
two
it. I
free
like it though.
two free
I love
load
thief
of
rigging, yeah.
Marcy, to explain what thief rigging is, 2 free load of tools or gear, including a heavy item when your load is discreet if you wish. So
You
that
can carry more shit.
you can carry more shit, and it also means normally while you're discreet, you can't carry heavy items, so you can't carry any items that have a tick of 2 or more. But when you have thief rigging, you can carry a heavy item.
Okay. Sounds cool.
Okay.
The steady looks kind of neat, but if everyone
Steady
wants
is 3
deeper-
boxes.
That's what I want.
So we can't pick steady because it's 3 boxes.
Okay, I don't
Yeah, we
see
only
the
have
boxes.
2.
It's in the second sentence of the thing. It got me twice.
Okay.
Like in the description that you're reading, if you just keep reading,
Oh,
yeah, it happened to me
okay.
too.
I see it. That's silly.
And boxes are like upgrade points.
How many of these do we have?
One more, as long
You-
as we don't get.
Yes, you have
As
2
long as we
total.
get jury rigging.
Yeah, so you have 2 total that you can pick. So anything with 1 box, or if there's something with 2 boxes, you can get that instead. So if you guys wanted to get a layer upgrade instead of a crew, instead of one of the
A
ones attached to the
vault.
crew, like if you wanted to do a vault, or if you wanted to have a base that's secure, you can do that instead.
I think we should do quarters.
We should all bunk together.
Yeah, let's all bunk together.
What does quarters
I'm not
imply? Is
against
that
it.
just like
Your
just
layer
get
tacked
includes
on?
Includes
living.
living quarters.
Yes, without
Is
this
that just like an
upgrade,
upgrade tacked onto it, or?
without this upgrade, your PC sleeps elsewhere and is vulnerable when they do so.
Hmm, okay. Yeah, I also like quarters.
I like cohort.
I think cohort is dumb.
So what I'm
I like the
hearing.
idea of cohort, but we just spent 30 minutes talking about what we should have as a cohort.
So Marcy
And
wants
if we can't decide,
quarters.
we can just decide it later.
Marcy wants cohort. I mean, sorry, Marcy wants quarters. Koei wants quarters. D wants cohort. What are you thinking, Re? Cohort or quarters?
I mean, there is kind of a sense of sunken cost fallacy with the whole cohort thing because we did just spend forever talking about it. But I like the idea of quarters.
Okay.
There you go.
Sunk cost fallacy.
Cohorters, yeah.
Okay. So your base is now hidden and has quarters for you guys. So I know
Oh.
Ria was already talking about the attic. It could just be that's where you guys stay.
So in the last session, I had talked about how there were a couple different ideas thrown around, but the last one that we came up with is that it's either a basement or an attic, and it's hidden like behind a bookshelf in my tiny apartment that is in the attic or basement.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. The quarters is just your apartment.
Yeah, yeah. You all
We're
just sleep on
all
the floor.
bunking in Ree's apartment. Let's fucking go.
We all share the
We all
bed.
sleep- yeah, we all share the bed. It is a
Let's
twin
take our
size
coin
bed.
back and buy a bunch of futons.
It is only marginally better than a modern New York apartment.
No, but I do like the idea that the apartment attached to Volo or like Ree's shop is like has a secret entrance that leads to our lair, because I'm assuming on the actual crew sheet the scale of the lair is going to get much larger. I think that makes it make more sense that it would be
The layer won't
down.
change. It's just your the layer will stay where it is, and then you'll get connected to so the other things that are connected to it, where it says like turf and informants, like those
Mhm.
things, none of those are like none of those actually affect your layer itself.
But are they like
Drawing-
connected to it?
But what about the interrogation chamber? Surely that connects.
Not
I'm
necessarily.
assuming,
It doesn't
Drew, I'm
have to be.
assuming you mean it's like a tunnel that leads to that room that we
Not
can get to from
necessarily.
our lair,
No,
or at least like we can get there safely.
it is just part of your turf.
I see.
It doesn't have to be.
Yeah,
It could
it's
be a.
down the
It's a whole.
street.
It's a whole separate building. It's a whole thing. Like,
Okay, in that case, I
Like
don't
in the
really care
back
if
of a
it's
butcher's shop
upstairs or downstairs.
or something.
well, the only way you can get there is if you take a loyal fence, a turf, and an interrogation, or if you take informants, drug den, interrogation. So
I
the
like
drug
drug
den
den.
is obviously not in your.
No, not necessarily.
Oh my god.
I'm not
Okay,
hanging out with
carrying
the
on, moving on, moving on, moving on. We picked our crew. We picked our crew advancements, the crew upgrades. So we need to choose a contact. We skipped over that section. The options
drawing
given
some-
on the sheet are Rigney, a tavern owner, Adelaide, a noble, Fitz, a collector, Mariko, a deal broker, LaRose, a blue coat, and Dowler, an explorer. So these are all
What's a
just
blue coat?
suggestions. We can come up with our own.
Blue coat means cop in this one.
Yeah, blue coat is cop, and I'm probably going to have a few authority factions, and I think I'm just going to have the Spanish Inquisition be the blue coat equivalent.
I have a cool faction idea actually. Now that I think I've been pondering.
So there's a
I've been
sheet
working on
called
one the
there's
whole
a sheet
time.
called there's a sheet called factions, which all of you should have access to. If you just click on
I-
it, and then it will get. Then there is a couple of different sections. There are underworld, institutions, labor and trade, nobility and bosses, others, the fringe,
it.
and citizens. And you just put them under which one they're under.
I've been doodling stuff for everyone's characters and base decorations and things.
Sweet. Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah, so these are the.
Oh,
I just
dear
clicked.
God.
I just clicked generate factions. These are all of the ones that are available by default.
Do we need to have that many?
No, we're not going to have that many. We're
Thank
dealing with
God.
we're dealing with a much smaller thing. But how do can I reset it back?
And this is under new factions, right? Or
No, there's
It's
just there is a sheet called factions. It's like a character sheet.
oh, well, so that's over here.
Do you drew your character?
Epic.
holy shit. Let me see.
Am I drippy?
I mean, theoretically.
No, not like do I have aura? I mean, am I sopping wet?
Yeah, I was gonna say sopping maybe, but
I'm sopping wet in spirit when I'm not sopping wet.
Are
in
you selling
actual-
bridges?
uh-huh.
I'm selling bridges. Like
Stopping
my
wet
character
is
gets
the same-
scammed every like week, and so I'm like, yeah, I got some bikes for sale. I came into the possession of 14 bikes. If anyone would like some.
He's got 2 cigarettes in his mouth.
And then next week it's like, yeah, bikes are so last week. Like I
Yeah.
sold all those, and this guy he sold me the property to this tunnel. Like I'm the proud owner of this
can't
tunnel.
spell.
So if
Who
anyone
the-
would like to buy a tunnel.
Interchangeable wig, by the way.
God forbid I try to add something to the faction section.
Oh, you're streaming.
This is basically what my character looks like, but more disheveled.
But EP and DP.
We should
Okay, so
I got
this
2 contacts I like.
let's Marcy, what was the faction idea you had?
Okay, so like picture this. Do you know Max Tac? Or not Max Tac. Do you know Trauma Team from Cyberpunk?
Okay, whoever keeps switching it to character mode, stop doing that. Leave it on faction mode.
You know Trauma Team from Cyberpunk?
Yes, I do. Yeah,
That, but medieval. Or not
that's
medieval,
kind of that.
but
That is so.
They're nice.
There
That's the Spanish
are
Inquisition. Let's go.
there is a concept of private hospitals. So that is kind of a cool concept of there being just a faction that like does like what they sell is medical care.
medical care, and they're all like fucking PMCs.
PMCs.
Yeah,
like
they
it,
Private
like-
military contractors.
they go out and they
Yeah,
shoot
yeah, I
people,
like
and
that.
then they're like, if you're a gold member, we can heal you back up.
Is that under Underworld? Is that under Underworld or Labor and Trade? Probably
I don't know.
probably
I'd say
Labor and
labor and
Trade.
trade.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why it would be under Underworld. If they're like a private military company.
They're
So
I think it advertises like paramedic bodyguards.
so what tier of a faction would you say that this is?
I don't think she has any skill of knowing what the hell that means.
I mean, I guess like government subsidies. Like
So I'm good. So here's what I'll say: is the Spanish Inquisition is going to be what is the blue coats by default?
The Spanish Inquisition is like a couple boats of people from the Spanish Inquisition, by the way.
It
MC,
was
is not the
30 years
entirety
ago.
Of the Spanish Inquisition. Okay, it's not the entire. I'm just letting her know she wasn't there for it. It's not the entire Spanish Inquisition.
you guys like Melonhead in the crate?
Yeah,
Yeah.
If these don't appear
it
in our
was
base,
some
I'm
of
gonna,
the Spanish
I'm gonna be
Inquisition.
mad.
You should draw a really big haymaker.
A Deathclaw with boobs? You got it.
I'm gonna like click on their stream in 5 seconds. It's gonna be done.
Okay,
Why are
tier.
they so
Each notable
pointy?
faction is labeled by their tier, a measure of wealth, influence, and scale. The highest tier, tier 5 and tier 4 factions are the true powers of the city. Your crew begins at tier 0. So whenever and then there's also faction status. So status goes from -3 to +3, and +3 is allies, +2 is friendly, +1 is helpful, 0 is neutral, -1 is interfering, so this faction will try to hurt you. -2 is hostile, and -3 is war. Um,
How many people do you think are in the faction, Mercy?
Like, what's the second biggest one?
The highest is 80. Second biggest one is
those are
30.
gangs. Those are gangs, not factions. Gangs are different from factions.
So right. I'm a fool.
My question still hasn't been answered.
I don't know what a faction is, so I have no idea.
I'm looking at new faction. I'm going there myself.
Fine, I'll do it myself.
Brie, what's the difference between a faction and a gang?
Gangs are cohorts.
I'd say tier 4.
So they're on par with like a government agency.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like private, you know?
Yeah. So I like the Spanish Inquisition is probably going to be tier 4. And then like the thing that I got mage's permission to use their the faction that they came up with to still use that one. And that one is going to be a tier 5 faction.
What's that?
That's the slave brain.
Interesting. Not very Hunt Showdown core.
Specifically the archive system.
Computer in a jar.
Computer, show me this guy's balls.
So
You know Hunt Showdown.
it's basically the archive system is underneath is a part of the Office of Government, which is obviously not their actual There's also there is a penitentiary, which is a faction which is where people are sent for prison work. So our government faction is going to be it basically the where was I just reading off of? Oh my god.
I can't find where the factions have tiers.
Literally
Yeah,
just
like
faction.
I was trying to find the information on the faction tiers as well, and I just can't.
Yeah,
find
there's
it. I
nothing
can't
on the
find it.
On
factions that
the on the
have
actual
tiers.
like faction creation page, it still shows the exact same like level of people based on tier as
Yeah, but
your
Rue
own
said
cohort
gangs are
gang.
in. Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming that Rue meant like gangs are ones that belong to us, and factions are like rivals. But like the way I'm looking at it, uh, both our gang and different factions use the same like tier meter or whatever. Where like tier 5 is 80, tier 4 is 40, stuff
I
like
don't
that.
think so.
Like I'm pretty sure that's the same for our gang and factions because I'm checking everywhere and I cannot see anything that says different.
Rue? No, Rue's dead.
Who is die?
Yeah.
A
And
second.
that lines up with some of the like default factions that are put into play. Like
Mhm.
one of them is tier 6 and has like 120, I think.
Yeah, it's interesting to me that like the highest tier is like 80. To me, 80 people is like nobody. But I guess I'm thinking
Yeah.
of like a huge city, and the city's not very big.
Yeah, and also that like screenshot I sent and then promptly deleted because I'm stupid, but maybe it was not.
Yeah, I
That is
think
You're
that's
specifically
actually
about
the right thing.
gang.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
that is specifically about gangs.
gang, the thing you're looking at is a gang that is controlled by that faction. So a
The
gang
gangs go by tier
controlled
section on the faction game doc.
gangs are controlled by a faction. So like when we looked back at cohort, we had the option to do a gang instead. Like if you look back at the crew, when you look at the cohort section of a crew, it says creating a gang, and then it says that your gang has scale and quality equal to your current tier. It increases in scale and quality when you move up in tier. At tier 0 is 1 or 2 people. At tier 2, it's 12 people. And then if you look back at the faction thing that you were just looking at, it also lines up with that, doesn't it?
I think so. I didn't hear any numbers that you said. But probably.
Tier 5 massive gangs, tier 1 small gangs, 3 to 6 people, tier 2 medium gangs, 12 people. So basically this means that when you're encountering a contingent from that faction, you will typically see this many people in a single area. So when you are going up against a tier 5 faction, one of their gangs will have 80 people in it. That doesn't mean that there are 80 people in the entire faction.
That's
What's
just
Does
like
that
that
make
block. Yeah,
That's
that's
just
what I'm saying.
what? What are you saying?
What's a small gang then?
3 to 6 people.
Okay.
And that's a tier 1 faction will have a small gang.
But they have like an indeterminate quantity of small gangs.
Correct.
And I'm assuming the actual faction tier itself determines the amount of gangs it has, or is that incorrect?
So that has to do with
I think gangs just have turf and hold, and they have a kind of nebulous amount of people in their gang. But like if we like blow up a tier 5 gang and kill all 80 people in that gang, it's not that they only have 3 more gangs, but we just lowered some of their turf or we just lowered some of their hold, which
I
then
mean,
only makes them a tier 4 gang.
yeah. Do you mean faction or?
Or yes, sorry.
All our food keeps blowing up.
So I don't think it's like they have like 12 gangs we have to take out
Take me out.
for the ball game.
Oh,
Exactly. That's what we were all
My
thinking.
back hurts.
So
How many-
Rude, the thing that I sent you, is that a faction?
yes. The gun runners? Or are you talking about the other thing? The labor union.
Yeah.
That's a faction. That would be a tier 1 faction.
I'm sorry. Did the question about where we see exactly what faction tiers like I was trying to look for like a list or something that tells me what tier of faction means what because I have no
It
idea.
doesn't say anything.
What's our crew called?
We don't have a name yet.
We haven't
Oh
decided on
my
a name.
god.
Yeah.
That was like the first thing.
Well, we couldn't decide
Okay,
on one.
Ree. The
Mhm.
tier is just their quality. It's like a level in D&D. If you want a little bit of stuff, a tier 3 faction employs large quote unquote gangs. So if you want to attribute that to the level, a tier 0 has no word. A tier 1 hires small gangs. So a tier 1 could be considered a small faction because they can only afford to hire small gangs. A tier 2 hires medium gangs, which in my eyes makes them a medium faction because they can only afford to hire medium kings, and it goes small, medium, large, huge, massive.
I see.
But other than that, it does not. What you're saying, it doesn't like have a. You could have a tier
was just-
5 gang and it only has one block of turf, but they like have really good hold on it. And then you could have a tier 5 gang that has like 70 blocks of turf but has lower hold.
I was just confused by it because when Rue asked Mercy about the suggested faction and was asking about the tier, and like I don't know, the whole conversation there just had me so confused.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I don't even think Marcy knows what that means. Like Marcy was gonna say tier 30, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
So yeah, faction tiers are more like general quality and level of that faction. It's not like it doesn't dictate a certain set number or anything. It just kind of like gives you an idea of like these are the kind of people they employ, and like this is probably how
Yeah.
much turf they have. It's not like a tier 1 faction will have this amount of turf, tier 2 will have this amount of turf. It's not like set in stone, but like obviously a tier 3 faction is gonna have more turf than a tier 2 one.
Yeah, like okay, so
Yeah.
like if we go back to the cyberpunk analogy we're making, the Arasaka is between tier 2, tier 4, and tier 5. But and then like the nomads are like tier 2.
Are the
So if,
nomads united enough to even be a faction?
I feel like
yes,
Nomads are a
individual
nation.
nomad groups.
I mean
would
the
be.
Aldecados, I guess.
I've never
No-
played. I've
The
never-
nomad groups are a nation. They make up a nation. They just happen to be divided.
Yeah. Also, Rue. Side note,
yes,
I was just looking at the new factions like page, trying to find the stuff about the tiers, and I noticed that it can like some of these go above 5. Um, like
there's
Covenant goes to 6.
that's crazy.
Imperial
but
Military also goes to 6. And those have like I'd say about like let me try to get a good number here. Where the fuck is it? I just lost it. There it is. They have like about 200 people in that entire faction.
In a
Uh,
gang?
in the entire faction.
Oh.
Uh,
The
so if we're
foundation is
going
tier
back to the,
4.
I'm
How do you
talking
figure out how many
Covenant.
people are in a faction?
I say Covenant. It's just like kind of a
It
nebulous
doesn't
ideal, but
it doesn't say.
specifically under Covenant, it says 124 crew members, 48 Imperial Marines, 50 gunners, and some searchlight operators, and that's like roughly over 200.
I think that has
So
to
if we're
do with
going
the
back
fact
to
that
the
it's on a ship specifically.
yeah, I mean, like, I don't know how high the max is. It's definitely higher than 5, evidently. But if we're going to use Arasaka as an example, it definitely wouldn't be tier 5. It'd be like uh, the theoretical, like, tier 8 or something, which probably does not exist because there's nothing like Arasaka in this
Just one city.
world. Yeah.
Rue, what's your tier of the Queen of the Sea?
That I thought they were part of the. Wait, did you send me
The
multiple
monarch?
things? I apologize. This was a while ago. I mean, it wasn't that long ago, but my memory is not great right now. Did you pin it? No, you didn't. Okay.
Rue has to go to the hospital. They're about to
What is
explode
Rue
into
talking about
30
right now?
pieces.
We're all dying slowly.
I have no idea
Okay,
what Rue is
okay,
talking about.
And
okay,
we're all
okay.
gonna, like, fucking kick the bucket before this
What
campaign
progress?
starts.
Okay, I'm not to be like a bitch, but like, have we made any progress?
No.
Oh no, this is how every session goes.
Yeah.
We go on long ass tangents, and then like
Okay.
there's
What
an
are we trying to
argument.
do right now?
We're trying
Figure out
to
our
decide what we're
faction.
doing with our crew. Or no, we do what we're doing with our crew. We're trying to solidify these new factions that we were supposed to all bring up. And you brought one up
Okay,
like 20 minutes ago, and then we got sidetracked on that. And then after that, we were supposed to give like help you on your character sheet.
so
Wait,
D
you
has
guys-
a faction. I have a faction. Do you guys have factions?
I have an idea for a faction. I have yet to introduce it.
Okay.
But
Wait, but
I don't know why
we
there's so
actually
much
we
free
actually
action.
we that's right. We do need to circle back to
Mhm.
let me introduce a couple of things and then we'll go back. So first of all, the the most in the institutions, which are going to be the important parts, is the penitentiary, which is the salt mines. Uh, uh, then the office of government. I haven't decided what the government's going to be called yet. But they're one thing, and then the Spanish Inquisition, which is going to be the police force. So anything that you see that references blue coats is is referencing the Spanish Inquisition. Um,
Uh,
God, you're gonna have to do a Spanish
we
accent
we
anytime we
how
get
we
big
arrested.
is
talked
the?
we talked about gun runners before. The gun running faction, which was essentially these manufacturers, which is where you guys
Fallout
are.
New Vegas.
What? No.
Yes.
You guys are in their territory. That's why we came up with them. Because whenever when we decided your hunting grounds, we had to decide a faction whose toes you were stepping on, and it was the Gunrunners.
Got
They're
it.
a tier 2 faction who have a stronghold on their area, and you guys chose to stay neutral with them, right? That's what it was.
No, we paid them extra to get the +1.
Okay, so you have a +1, plus
I
one
don't know if
status
+1
with
makes
them.
us friendly or not, though.
+1 makes
Uh,
you
like
something. It doesn't
they
matter.
like us, kind of.
We'll get back to that. It's important because we need to go back and address the crew upgrades. So from the reason this is why I was bringing up factions. I remember now. Whenever okay, here we go. We got to go back and choose favorite contacts because this impacts our uh factions. So we had to come up with somebody for us to be friendly with, for our favorite contact and who they are and what they do. And then that's important because it will impact other factions. So let's pick one of those. Either pick one from the sheet. Rigney, a tavern owner. Adelaide, a noble. Fitz, a collector. Arnamako, a deal broker. Or La Rose, a blue coat. Or Dowler, an explorer. Those are the ones that you have there, and we're supposed to pick a favorite.
I have a
And
question.
we can have our own NPCs.
Yeah, we can create our
in
own.
that,
Yes.
right? Sorry, Marcy.
I have a question.
Yes.
Why did you read that out of order?
I read it from the bottom up.
Hmm.
Why would you do that?
And also, I
Because
tried bringing this up earlier, and I was told to shut up. So
what did you try to bring up? Did you
I was trying to
specifically
talk
say
about
contacts?
Fitz. Yeah, I was like, let's do the contacts. Check the VOD.
Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm sorry that you got told to shut up.
Everybody, shut the fuck up!
I think Fitz could be cool because it sounds related to Ree's shop.
True.
So it could
What
be either a like
I think Explorer
what's it
works
called
for that too.
when you're not friends, you're a rival. It could be like a
Acquaintances.
rival curio shop, or it could be like the person who like owned your or like works with you in your curio shop. I think that could be
Mhm.
cool. And I also think Amancio is like cool because like they're like a fixer.
Yeah, you can friends and rivals on your character sheet. You can eventually make those into contacts for the crew, but a contact
Got it. Okay.
a contact is something beyond just a friend.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
And my vote goes for Amancio and Fitz.
Deal broker.
Because this is like a whole party friend. I
Me.
don't. It doesn't.
Yeah. I
It's not
mean,
like one person's friend.
we're burglaring. It. We're the ones already collecting stuff, so my vote's deal broker, Amancio. And also, we could just change the name if we want to, but
No, Amancio's cool because Rue mispronounced it in like a really white way, and so I want
okay,
to
fair
make Rue
enough.
pronounce
Yeah.
it correctly.
Amancio.
You said Americano originally.
Americano. Oh, oh, our Lord and Savior Starbucks.
Everyone laugh at Rue right now. Balloon boy.
But yeah, also Amancio could be sick as a rival though, because we have to pick one good and one bad, right?
No, just one good contact, and then there'll be one faction that likes Amancio, and then one faction that doesn't like Amancio.
I see.
Yeah, there
Okay,
is
I
no
think
there is
Amancio or Fitz is my vote. Marcy? I already heard Kobe's vote.
I think Mancio is my
No,
vote.
that wins then. Unless you have unless you like Fitz being related to you and like your story and stuff.
There
'Cause
is
I
like
also
no
see Fitz.
information about what any of this means, so I don't really.
It's
have a stake in this.
We're
ambiguous.
just Hail Married and then Rigby.
Wait,
is
hold up.
No, I'm joking.
Re. There is no information because there is no there is no information on these characters when you make these decisions.
Mhm.
It's like
There
if we all
isn't-
vote
there
Amancio,
isn't-
But, like,
boom,
I'm
Amancio is
saying-
like your friend now, and you spent the last week hanging out with Amancio, and you have a
Yeah,
history
like,
with Amancio. The
None of
second
these
we pick
characters
Amancio.
actually.
But
none of these
I'm
characters
saying
actually
that
exist yet.
I'm saying that it makes it like, to me, we're choosing something for the sake of choosing something. There's not really, like, it's gonna be whatever we want it to be no matter what. So I don't really understand why we make a choice here.
Well,
If you
I
choose,
mean,
if
yeah,
we
it's gonna
can,
be like
I guess.
it's gonna be one of our friends and like sort of like a sponsor, not a sponsor,
The-
but like
the
a
point-
supporter to our crew. And I think broker makes the most sense because we need someone to actually sell all the stuff that
Yeah.
we steal, or like, to get us deals and contracts to do.
I think
Uh,
Fitz as a collector would be a cool rival because he doesn't even
We
know
don't
that
get
he-
it.
Rivals is not a thing.
These aren't rivals. Yeah, we are
D's made
not
things
getting
up.
God damn it,
rivals.
D! Everyone laugh
Yeah.
at D.
Everyone laugh at D.
This is why it's important that we're all looking at the same. This is why it's important that we're all looking at the same pieces of information on our screens. Because
No, there's
What's that?
10,000 tabs.
okay, we only
Amancio,
need
you're our best friend.
okay to acknowledge what Ree is talking about. So the fact that his name is Amancio, you're right, is that's just random. The fact that we're
Unless it is.
picking
No,
a
like,
deal
it's not just that.
broker.
It's also that like a deal broker, like that could mean a bunch of different things. This is like the same with for a collector or a noble. It's so ambiguous that I find it's hard for me to be
I don't-
drawn to any single one.
I don't understand how a deal
But-
broker is ambiguous. It's someone who brokers deals. I don't. It's
Deals for what?
yes,
What do you mean?
that like in reference to our crew, it is probably going to be burglary deals.
Hmm. And also probably selling stuff like fencing goods.
Well,
Maybe.
yeah. So a deal broker is like a fence. That's
I kind of get what Ree's talking about in a vacuum because, like, if we picked Fitz being a collector could be like, hey, I have a job as a collector for you to go steal this thing, and I have someone who can buy
Like,
it from you. And the same
it's
way, a
exactly
deal broker
that.
could also do that. And a blue coat could be like, hey, I'm an informant in the Spanish
Well,
Inquisition.
it's
I know
also
where
like
the
a
special
reverse
jewel
thing.
is. You guys should go steal it, and then I can sell it. Like, they can
Because
all do the same thing.
Amancio being a deal broker is also it's narrowing in that way. I think anything on this list could be a deal broker, but Amancio can only be a deal broker.
Yeah. Okay, let's
like-
do Fitz then. Or we make our own, but we hardly make any progress if we pick choices made for us. I
Like,
vote
I'm not
Fitz.
trying to slow this all down. I'm just like pick whatever y'all want. I'm saying I don't really get the point of making a decision here, so my vote is just whatever the party wants.
okay. Well, the reason we need to make a decision is because we have to now determine what faction is associated with them. If we had picked a blue coat, then you guys would get +1 status with the Spanish Inquisition, and you would get -1 status with people that are opposed to the Spanish Inquisition. That's why it's important. Because a blue
Okay, where
coat
do I
and a
see
deal
that
broker would
information?
on
just,
the
like-
crew. It's on the
But
crew.
but we don't
Yeah.
even have all the factions yet, so I kind of
Yeah.
also get that.
Right. That's why we're okay.
It's not the most important choice in the world. That's all I'm saying. There should be a choice where, like, oh, no,
We're gonna get more contacts. It's fine.
Let's do Fitz. I like Fitz.
Fuck it. Hail Mary Fitz.
But we changed name to Amancio.
Yes. Oh my god. Wait,
Yeah,
wait.
yeah.
It's
Switch,
named
switch their
Amancio.
names.
I got you. I got you. I got you. I don't know why. I
Oh
have
wait, let's do
coincidence, but I
Amancio, but
got you.
Amancio is also a collector. Combine Fitz and Amancio. Amancion's last name is Fitz.
That's too many words. No, Amancio's a collector.
Amancio
That's it.
Fitz.
Put it
There's
in the
two
notes.
words.
All right, we're done. Okay, we're done with contacts. Let's finish up factions.
Well, no, we're not done with contacts. We have
Oh
to
my
we have to assign the status from the faction with them.
We don't have all the factions yet.
Okay. So
We have
crew
to-
upgrades.
Amancio likes...
Okay.
Like,
One
It's
second.
less so who
One
Amancio
second. One
likes
second.
and
One
more
second.
so
One
who
second. One
likes
second. One second.
Amancio.
Let
Who
me
likes
look and make sure that we've
Amancio?
done everything aside from the faction part. Okay.
The fart shame.
Okay. So choose a crew type. We did that. Stronghold, 0 rep, 2 coin. Yep, we did that. We picked our reputation.
What's it called where you're Italian and you do crime? Mob. Thank you.
There's more than just
You're welcome.
Italian mobs, by the way.
I just was
Okay.
trying to come up with remember the word.
I think
What's
mob
up when you're
is more fun.
Italian and you do crime?
We picked our hunting grounds. Our hunting grounds are in the industrial complex primarily, which is why we stepped on the gunrunner's toes.
Which is that one faction I wrote.
You didn't write it. You
What? Oh, that's why I wrote that faction I sent you.
what do you mean? The trade union?
The one-
That's the gunrunners?
Yeah. Yeah. When we were talking about what faction we should be in, I suggested there should be gun runners. And then we ended up doing it, and then it's like, I'm gonna write the information about them.
Yeah, so this stuff that you wrote has nothing to do with the gunrunners. You don't mention guns at all in this description. I thought this was a separate faction from the gunrunners.
Or
No,
running.
that's the gun runners.
They're running guns. Yeah.
There's nothing in here about guns.
I wasn't gonna join their day-to-day work.
Isn't that the point?
Okay, we'll come back. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. I could be misinterpreting. I
And
might
also,
just be
literally,
crushed.
the sentence I said before that, I worry that the whole gun warehouses might be too specific for the 1800s. Maybe it's just like helmets and knives and ammos and guns and fighting stuff, which you ignored. And then I wrote the character thing.
You sent it at 2 in the morning, D. I didn't ignore it.
Well, wasn't 2 in the morning for me.
Mom and Dad are fighting.
And then
I
you
was-
also
get to make an
ignored
character
the
tonight.
faction I sent you.
I literally, if you look at the message, I followed it up
said-
one. I was a little preoccupied.
And then I sent you, hey, you should read this. And then you didn't. And you never checked in with me on it.
I literally did. It doesn't.
Oh my god.
But
I would like to play the game.
not even close to being ready.
Well, I would like to play this part of the game.
Mm-hmm.
What's next, Drew? We have to pick the faction that Lorenzo is friendly with.
No,
Lorenzo.
we're
Lorenzo? How offensive. It's
Okay.
racist.
I saw LaRose and Amancio, and they kind of became one.
Or his name is
Yeah.
fucking Pete Davidson.
Shut up. Okay. All right. All right. So, to continue our whole like crew thing.
the
we need
crew
to
is
assign
fixed.
one faction. Can I speak? We need to assign one faction that likes our contact and one faction that does not like our contact. And for that to be done, I feel like we should add all the factions that we have thought about, most of us, for the past week.
Yeah.
So,
into the
Marcy,
section.
can you go first? Please.
All right, took a big sip of water. I'm pondering
hydrated.
from my mind's eye,
Your mind's
a
eye.
group of individuals who have served in different militaries around the country being offered money to come learn how to be combat medics and bodyguards for the elite on this island.
Got it. What's her name?
I don't know a name. Can I get some name ideas?
Shit. Okay. Okay.
The what's like a bayonet word?
Trauma, which is just trauma in Italian there.
Triage and trauma.
Triage and no, I don't want to do an alliteration name. That's dumb.
Well, it doesn't have to alliterate.
You just alliterate it.
Okay. While you think about that, can I talk about mine?
Auxiliary.
Very,
medic something?
very, very brief.
Brief.
In fact, fuck it. While I talk about it, I'm just gonna write it down in the factions menu. It is
You can't tab
a-
down on the faction thing for some reason.
It is a fairly small faction that is comprised of the remnants of the following of I'm pretty sure his name was Fabian, whatever.
Maybe.
The ones that were like still kind of worship his existence and got a little crazy because of it. They have fairly like basic tools and weapons and armor, but they know a lot about like occult. Like they have a lot of occult knowledge and a decent amount of components. Um, and I would say either tier 2 or 3. Fuck it, we're going to. Uh, Hold would probably be weak because they don't care much about territory. More so, they're like progressing their message. And status, I was gonna do +1 because Ree's character Volo, I don't know how to pronounce it. Sorry.
You got it right.
Volo.
Hmm.
Yeah. Ree's character Volo. I'm pretty sure I may be remembering it wrong, but your shop is like trinkets and like occult stuff, right? Or like
It's like crystals and tarot cards and candles and
yeah,
yeah,
and
like stuff like that.
they have like a
S-
resonance, like that faction has a resonance with it. So already
Mm.
off the bat, they kind of like us, but they don't have a big reason to like our crew. They mostly just like Volo. Yeah, I feel like that's enough to move it from neutral to +1.
Status will always start at 0 unless you do a job for them.
We are
Okay, never
brand here.
mind.
Yeah. So we don't pick we
Interesting
don't pick our
argument. But have you
statuses.
considered pipe bomb?
Uh, so that's a
What
good point.
context?
But one thing I
That's
do want to
basically what Rue just did to you. Sorry.
the one thing I will I do want to point out, so that's a good point. I did specifically at the end of the game, I did specifically say that one of the factions we wanted to do was I wanted to say that the occult faction split into 2 sections, which was the
Right.
um which was the kind of the ones who were following how am I blanking on his name? He was so important.
Fabian.
Not Fabian.
Not Fabian.
Not Fabian. The kid.
The kid? Fuck, I don't know.
And then
I know who you
Billy.
mean though. Not Billy. It's-
Eldire.
I know who you mean though. I know who you mean. Eldire, right.
And then the ones who were following the fly version of Eldire. So
Have a name.
Silk Friars,
What?
the fleet-footed fleet. D, is that the
I'm adding the other factions I wrote to it as
okay?
well. I think you
So
wanted that.
that you needed to make another line. That labor and trade one there, that was meant to be Marcy's.
Oh, never mind.
It's okay. Um
Anyway, yeah. I know they split up. I don't remember the terms of how they split up. My idea for the faction was just that these are some remnants, whether it's on one side of the split up or the other, of the ones who were following Fabian in the forest. This is the remnants of that, and they've kind of gone crazy. So they don't really have a lot of ties to how things were 3 decades ago. They're just kind of like obsessed with this occult knowledge and the idea of like Fabian as this prophet, even though he's dead a long time. Uh, and I guess if we had to go into specifics, yes, they would be a cult. Any objections?
no, that's good.
Sweet.
I
Okay.
have a name for mine now.
Okay,
Is it
what you got?
Silcoats?
Hang on. You're gonna have to bear with me. I asked my friend who speaks Italian for help with this, so I don't know if I get the pronunciations correct.
Is a bear in here?
Uh,
Sorry.
Squadra Asclepius.
Hell
How
yeah.
do I spell that?
Which hang on, I got it. I'll put it in.
You gonna put it in the faction sheet?
I'm trying. I'm trying. Where is it? There it is.
What happens when I click this button? Does it show up on your guys' screen?
It does.
Good.
And then I fuck with it for like 30 minutes because it doesn't like to resize properly. Fleet-footed fleet. Okay. And that literally just means squad of Asclepius, and Asclepius is the doctor of medicine, or
Okay,
the god of
so
medicine in mythology.
these
Doctor
this
of
notes
medicine.
this notes section is not where they go. They
Yeah,
go
yeah.
in.
Well, that's where they put it.
Well, I didn't know I was allowed to like fuck with the top part.
So
Fun because then we can use Squadra for short.
D tier 1 to 5 or
1
0.
second, I have so many tabs open. The fleet-footed feet. Okay, wait. So they're like, what's hold choices? Do I need to put that?
Weak or strong.
Strong.
So it's
Tier.
someone that is weak it would be pretty easy to drop them to a different tier. Someone who's strong, it would take a lot of effort to drop them
You
to the
figure
next.
out those tiers and holds, but they're pirates who don't sail because the monarch owns like all of the actual like owned government ordained piers on the East Coast. On the West Coast, because we through the world building game we implied that pirates cared about this island a little bit. There's a pirate gang who does not sail. They just sit on the West Coast, and then pirates come in to avoid the taxes of the monarch. They come in on a different coast, and then this pirate gang buys things from pirates sailing by and then sells them to the inner island. So they're like leeches that kind of intermediarily.
They're offensive pirates.
Yeah, fence of pirates who don't pirate at anything. They were pirates. They landed like their ship is still there. They probably still live in the ship, but the ship hasn't seen the ocean since 30 years ago. And the fleet-footed, they're like on the ground, but they're still a fleet. So it's kind of like a funny name, but pirates typically.
Oh, we're actually
are
calling it
ones.
Nelta.
I know. Rude wrote Malta, and I was like, "What the fuck is that? Did you name the island? It's not Malta." So yeah, I don't know what the fleet-footed fleets hold would be. If I mean, a pirate ship probably has like a lot of people on it, and so if they're hiring gangs, it's probably tier 1 or 2. I feel like 1, like 3 people is kind of small.
So the way that I've seen it is that they mobilize 3 people at a time to deal with something. So if you think
Sure.
about it like this, like a tier 1 faction will send a group of 3 people to deal with a problem.
Yeah, that makes sense. They're probably not that many.
There could be like 50 people in the faction, but they still only
Yeah.
send out 3 at a time.
Yeah, then again, I do feel like the tier of faction also corresponds with the strength of the people they're sending.
And I mean,
I
the
like the
pirates,
idea
like, they
that
would just get ran over by all the other pirates driving by if they were actually tier 1.
I'd suggest something more like tier 2 or 3, and then they still only send out small parties, but that would just make them stronger, and it also make their main like turf, if you want to call it that, the ship like stronger.
Because I feel like if they were tier 1, we could take them over fairly soon after starting the game.
Yeah.
But also, we need shitty factions to actually fight in the early game. Like, we're creating all
true.
these like big advanced factions that are just
That's
gonna.
why like the one I made is just like a bunch of fucking crazy cultists who are also in the slums, which is close to where we are
Well,
starting.
you guys
The
are
fact
in
that
the
I have come up
industrial
with in the time during session would be rather small.
Yeah, the you guys are in the
What?
Matt? Or just stop talking.
these are the factions for the base game.
That's a
So
lot.
yes, but like this will give you an idea of how they're distributed. It
Mhm.
is if
Like
you
1
like
tier 4, a couple tier 3, a handful of tier 2s, and then
there's
guess it
way more
depends
than
on
a
the
hand
tier.
there's way more than a handful of tier 2s, D.
Well, I was looking at the nobility. There's only 3 tier 2s. Oh wait, they're distributed differently. Weird. Tier 2, tier 4, tier 3. Weird.
I
But
guess it
yeah,
would
like
depend on the actual
citizens, there's a shit
category.
ton of
Yeah.
tier 1s, but in institutions, there's only 2. So.
You know what? I'm gonna do something because my fucking brain demands it.
I can't think of any faction that isn't labor and trade.
So I'm actually
Mine would be
going to,
underworld.
given this information, given what they assign blue coats to, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna drop the Spanish Inquisition to
Why can't they type? Well, the Spanish Inquisition could be like mega cop.
It
I'm
could be
drop-
I'm
like
making the
NPs.
drop them
fleet-footed
to
fleet
3.
tier 2.
It could be
red.
max tech, yeah. Where is
They're
the
calling in the
Gunslinger?
Inquisition.
Am I blind?
Nobody
I think
expects
I'm
the Spanish
blind.
Inquisition.
Play ye old like hardline music as we're getting like on our buggin or horse and buggy car chase.
Eloquently put.
We should have +1. Our friend, Marcio, whatever the hell his name is,
Should
Marcel.
should have
Marceline.
+1 rep with the silk coats, because we had those caves that I guess now are like caved in, but I think a cave would still exist maybe. Anyways, there were
Okay.
giant spiders in the caves, and I think it'd be cool if there was like a group of people who would like watch over people going into the caves,
Mhm.
and like they
I know
live in
you're
the
not
caves,
meaning
but they
to,
know.
but you're totally stealing my idea right now.
Oh no, they can both, the best part of this, they can both be in the caves and do similar but
Mhm.
different things and hate each other. Like
Mhm.
stealing, that's like, think of two crime families in real life.
You
They
like
both sell meth, you know what I mean, but they hate each other.
No, it's just funny because you like one for one basically.
Nice. No,
Read
totally.
something
Put in
from
two identical factions that have like different outlooks on, like, one's like no outsiders and one's like bring outsiders in here, let them mine the copper and we can profit.
Mhm.
Okay. Question. What is victuals?
Victuals?
I'm a
Very
victual
simple.
person.
I didn't entirely figure it out, but a victual means a supply of food and provisions. So I think it'd be cool if they were like, originally they were like, they're food related. They're like bakers who, I don't know, they're really good in my mind, but they have to be criminals. So maybe they own the food supplies of a certain area. And so like they put out, like, you know, like during during the Great Depression, you would have like stands out in the street where you could like go and get food. They like do that, but you have to like buy into it. So like,
They're
What
like the
is
fucking hot dog cart equivalent of Costco.
yeah,
what
yeah.
does
They're
the
like,
fringe mean?
I don't know. I
I've
assumed it was like weirdos in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, okay. Then let me migrate this.
The Fringe is a church. The Forgotten Gods, the Reconciled, some refugees, the Weeping Lady. I don't know what
Okay.
any of these are. I don't really think these versions, these words matter. To be fair. I don't
Yeah.
think fringe labor and trade institutions, underworld others, and nobility bosses and citizens truly does anything other than kinda puts them
Like
in
we could
different chairs.
decide that the fringe means something different. We could decide like
Completely different. Yeah.
So
I would say
in
we're on the fringe. Are we for? Aren't we
we're in the
for
underworld.
fringe? Hmm.
Well, we're
I mean,
in
we're
in
weird, but we're not a cult.
Yeah.
I don't
Speaking
know.
of which, the cult that you were talking about. So you should definitely. Yeah, I was gonna say you should definitely move over to the French, the blinded.
I feel like we should do more with us being Americans.
Well,
with
not
what?
all of us are Americans.
A lot of the
Oh.
people here are Americans. What are you talking about?
Oh,
Okay,
I didn't know that.
like in real life, yes,
No,
but
a lot of the people
okay.
in this place are Americans. Most of the people sent here originally were sent here by the American Hunters Association.
I
Yeah,
just
but not a
assumed
lot
that
of people in
because
the American Hunters Association are American. A
Yeah.
Yeah,
lot
true.
of the playable characters are not American.
Also, wait, what do you mean? Like most of the factions, like, are you saying that the people who came over here 30 years ago were from America?
Not all of them.
No. So how many people came from the Hunters Association,
Some of
Everyone.
them.
roughly?
For the one
But
guy.
give me a number.
Uh, we
Oh wait, no, Rue, in the game it had a number,
Including
didn't
us,
it? It was like 50 people?
including us, there's 4. How many
wait.
other people did the
You
Hunters
guys didn't come
Association?
30 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, like right now.
Okay,
Like
so
who is like how many people
there
right
was like a
now
small
in the city
contingent that
are
came with
from
the
the
original group. So the original group, people from the American Hunters Association come and go. Like the American people, like the membership in the American Hunters Association is the equivalent of being a Costco member. Like it's not just because you're a member of that
I
doesn't
have
mean you're
to
necessarily
be.
here on. So go pee.
There's like a vague like percentage of people right now in the city. I don't care about what happened 30 years ago.
I don't
Percentage of
understand the
people in
question.
the
You're asking how many
percentage
people
of
own a
people. Can I
Costco
finish the
membership?
question, please? How many percentage? Like, what's the percentage of people in the city now that the session's going on, like the campaign's going on, are A, American, B, have like came here because of the American Hunters Association, either as an actual hunter or just a fucking Costco member, whatever it's called. Those are the only 2 things I'm asking. It doesn't have to be specific, just like vague idea.
there is not like there's not gonna be there might be a branch office of the AHA here. There might be their own faction.
That makes sense. Yeah.
But it's not like the initial boat here, like
Like sad clown fetish.
part of the original like the world building game where we had certain people, some of the named NPCs from that are probably um
Came here
are
because of the
probably
HAA.
members. Yeah, so like the
Yeah.
militant, some of the militant people. Speaking of which, we should do a faction based on them.
But I'm writing it right now. The bloodied hunters are the bloody venators, because venator means hunter in Italian. And they're like the ex-hunters who like
Blind daylight. No, deadlock.
Also,
Anyway,
we did. Do we have the final map anywhere? I mean, not the map. Oh, you know what? I need to pull it up on here.
we never made a map of like what it looks like right now, but there's a map of what it looked like in
Not
the
the
game.
current map, D. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the clock page from the other Roll20. That's what I'm talking about.
Are you okay,
I
Rude? You sound much more displeased with us.
I'm not displeased. I am trying to lower my tone and my speech pattern so that I calm down a little bit because I felt myself getting upset, which is not very fruitful. So I am lowering my tone and my thought to force myself to calm down a little.
Good boy.
That
one of those is true.
that okay. So
Sorry, I just saying
nope,
something absurd.
you're good. You're good. Just threw me for a loop a little. All right. So our ending abundances were copper, explosives, preserved food, religious protection. Our scarcities were gemstones, occult knowledge, salt, recreational drugs, leadership, and contentment. Then our names were Fabian, Joan Gemstone, Eldire, Maybell, Theodore Albatross, who is dead, Yair Lee, who is also dead, Emmanuel, Equine Ducklings, Eric Joenthal, Aspen, Darius Lepore, and Prima Lispeda.
I think equine ducklings would be cool to be like part of the fleet-footed fleet. Because he
Fuck
was like a
yes,
pirate who went onto
actually.
the ground, and so it's like his ship is like still there on the coast. Even
Oh
though it
my god,
wouldn't be
that'd be
where
kind of
he
cool.
actually was, but that's why I created that faction. Because I was like,
Oh
it'd be
really?
cool if pirates who did no pirating would be around, and that's what he was. He was a pirate who didn't do any pirating.
So, um, let me double check here, but I do remember something about music being incredibly important for them. Someone started playing a fiddle.
You did a little.
One of the characters, Equine Ducklings, was the figurehead of the ship of the pirates, so that is a good point. Oh, here we go. Yair Lee he had calluses from finger playing, and he was killed in traps designed from wolves. He definitely wasn't one of the. Okay, here we go. Here it is. Theodore Albatross was an AHA vet, and he was the expedition leader.
And he
Um,
died
and he
from
died.
the wolf attack.
Yes, but I want to say there was like 10 people from the AHA who were on the initial ship, and there was about 80 people who landed there to begin with. I was looking for the exact number because we ended up 15 people of the original 80 ended up dying. Fabian just lived there. You guys just found him in the woods.
Yeah, he was already there. He was a native. But I
Yes.
don't think there were all the other natives died. We saw a whole bunch of burnt buildings.
Yeah.
Or,
Keyword past tense lived.
yeah.
You
He
guys
was
also
Yeah.
he was
found
split open and turned
remains.
into a hot pocket.
You found remains near Fabian's home, and he
Fabian got
admitted
turned into the butcher.
he also admitted to being a cannibal. So,
Mm.
A
Yeah,
reluctant
so
cannibal.
did. Never mind, that's a spoiler.
Okay, I only really asked because I was confused when I don't remember who someone said that like it's mostly going to be Americans in the city, and my understanding was it was going to be like maybe 20-25% Americans, and the rest would be like mostly Europeans, some poorer
It's gonna be a
people
melting
from the
pot.
south.
It's gonna be a
That's what
melting
I
pot.
assumed.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
bad analogy. I don't like that analogy.
What, a melting pot?
Yeah, melting pot's fucking evil.
How?
Melting pot is kind of like a faux term
It's
to
like
like feigning that you're like, oh, we love all of these different cultures are melting into America. It's just like it was used in like the 80s and now it's kind of like racist.
Yeah.
Because it's implying that the people coming to America are all meshing to, melting away and
They're
becoming this thing when really they're adding. It's not,
Classic
it's more of like
American
a,
blunder, ruining a normal term. Anyway, that's all I was
yeah.
curious about. We can move on.
Just the phrase melting pot has kind of lost
I get
its
it. Yeah.
positive
Yeah.
shtick.
My point being, it's not weird that you're Americans. There's not a
Yeah.
faction of just Americans. There might be a faction of just Americans, but it's not. All of the
Those aren't all the
Americans are
there
not
isn't
in
Americans.
a
one
primary
faction.
culture.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Out of like the however many people, about like 10 or 20% of them are American. Got it. Okay.
It's a pretty
Maybe
even
more.
mix, I would assume. There's a lot of like Chinese and like indigenous and there's some like
Indigenous Italian?
Scandinavian. No, I'm talking about in Hunt Showdown.
I see.
You have like
Yeah, you didn't clarify that.
sorry,
Yeah.
in Hunt, it's like there's not everyone is just I'm Guy from America.
Yeah, but then
You
again,
even have like
Hunt Showdown is in Louisiana, in
yeah, yeah, yeah.
America, and we're in other part of the world.
Yeah, so it's probably even less Americans then.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
probably, in fact, the opposite. It's instead of being like, I don't know, 60% American, or like, I guess, whatever. I'm gonna stop talking now.
I get what
Yeah.
you're saying.
The exact distribution of population of races doesn't matter. That's but as far as this is concerned, let's go ahead and clarify what these factions are, because it seems like some of you added things without saying them out loud. The Gunrunner faction. You are explaining to me that the thing that you sent me in our TMs was
Intended to be a evolution of the one sentence idea we had mid-session.
okay.
Mid-session, we were like, what faction do we exist in? It's like, it'd be cool if they were like in warehouses and there were gun runners. And then everyone was cool with it. And then when I sat
remember
down, I
that,
was like,
yeah.
okay, that's so one note that it seems kind of lame. And they can run guns, but like you in this day and age, like I kind of had a modern lens of it. If you want to hear my entire thought process, you can't really run guns in the way that you can now because guns aren't mass produced. And like I was looking at like pictures taken in the 1800s of gun shops, and really it's like guns are like handcrafted. And so places that sell guns have like 20 guns in them. But then you have like ammo and you have like armor, you have like all of the like weapony things, Like you can't a gun running faction doesn't really work in the 1800s.
The reason I'm asking this, does this faction sell weapons legally or illegally?
Probably legally.
If they sell them illegally,
That's
it's a
actually
gun
not
runner.
It's not my place.
If it's illegal, they're gun runners. If it's legal, they're arms dealers.
It is a
Or do they play both sides?
I'm pretty sure they play both sides. Like they're a legal store called Liam and Ten's Hardware and Tinware. So they sell hardware, they sell wrenches, they sell cups made out of metal, they sell guns, they sell helmets, but then also they go in the criminal underground and they're like, yeah, we can get you like 10 Winchester weapons. Sorry, I don't know
Yeah.
gun names. We'll get
It's
you
fine.
10 Smith &
Guns,
Wesson
yes.
revolvers for your gang, but
Okay.
you'll have to pay us extra because these are
Yeah.
coming off. We have to cook our books.
All right, tier
I think
2.
a good
We're good.
way to do that. Brief little explanation. First of all, I like the idea that they're making their own guns and they have like their own factory and everything because guns are kind of scarce at that
All
point.
out New Vegas.
So I think it'd be more so illegal gun manufacturing,
Don't
but
worry, I was
that
thinking
would
it
still
too.
constitute as gun running.
I sent the
Anyway,
Lord.
yeah, I already like read it when you sent it to
Yeah.
me. But I think a way that like um sort of like playing both sides thing could work is maybe they have like a business that's like an alias in the underworld. They're still the same like, you know,
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
organization and still the same like entity, but maybe in like labor and trade they're known as Liam Intended Trade Unit. But
Yeah.
maybe in the underworld where they actually sell their weapons, they're known as something else.
And when I sent it to Rue, I don't think in this. Oh yeah, the workers run the stores. I don't know. Maybe there's only one store. I don't even know how big it, you know. So they could just have one
Mhm.
store and not making their own guns. They could have warehouse. They could have 30 warehouses. It could be a giant, giant union. It could be small. The scale didn't really matter to me. So it could be whatever scale you wanted. They could have like 14 workshops and make a shit ton of guns, or they could have one workshop, or they could have no workshops.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's
That's
move
just
on from
in the
that point.
description.
We'll move on from that. I want just general things, and then underneath in the faction notes you can put specifics. What are the Diamondbacks? Someone put those there. Who put those there?
I made them. I wanted a pretty classic cut and dry, like drug running group. Um, I thought that diamond would be a cool, like slang word for some powder drug. In the system they have a whole bunch of fake drugs. It's like called Spark. So in my eyes it was Spark, but also we can just use real drugs, or it could be like inoculation, or like some weird, I don't know, there's a
Okay.
dragon hunt that turns you into a cannibal. So they're
The
like drug runners who exist only in the underworld. They don't
give
have
me
any
one
other
give me one
experience.
sentence per faction for this specifically, and we can go
Drugs,
further.
drugs.
Yeah, if you could get it down to one word, that would be great.
Drug.
Penitentiary, salt mine jail, office of government. Says it right there on the tin. Spanish Inquisition, the bluecoats, the archive system, slave mines, computers. Who said the
Well,
calculators?
I did. Sorry, I wrote like 20. Calculators, you know, like the job of a woman in like the 19th century, before it's before like Harvard and shit like that. But
I actually
it's
just saw a
basically a
video.
number cruncher. What?
I actually just saw a video talking about that specific thing where, like in World War II, Enigma machines were like a lot of the people cracking it were women who were just really good at crosswords.
Yeah. So this is similar to that, but I made sure that they existed at the time. So it was more like astronomical observations, surveying, and biology than like space stuff, because I always think of space when I think of them. Um, but yeah, basically just women who
What?
are really good at crunching numbers. I see them as like astrological or like biological. There's so much weird shit going on here with monsters that it's like they're the computers. So it's a group of people who are like, you should go out and get us a body of a dead grunt, and we'll study it. So they're like smart people who want to like study and figure out the like
So
stuff with the corruption in the dead zone. What's it called? The no
calculators
glow.
are researchers, or because what you're describing is a little different than what you were originally describing.
No, they are human calculators or human computers. They're called the calculators, but they're interested in research, and their members are primarily composed of human computers who are women who do calculations.
Which is separate from the human computers, which are just brains.
Oh, yes. They are not brains. Or
Cool.
they have brains. They're not in
Squadra
charge.
Asphylius was Marcy's thing. That's the trauma team. Fleet-footed fleet is the pirates.
Land pirate.
What were the victuals?
Victuals were like a loan sharks, but of food. So they like control the flow of food. Like there could be, if you're in a area that
One sentence, D.
they don't like, there's nothing in the grocery store. Like
Food
they
desert.
control the supply chain of all the food.
Yeah. So they are okay. Cool.
But they're not very strong.
How okay, so they control the area, they control the food for one small area then, not the whole island.
Okay, then they're strong. It's fine.
What?
Well, yeah, sure. I don't know. I don't care how big they are. They
Okay.
control the food over some section.
Yeah, okay. Wherever they are, they are the only way that people can get reliable food. Cool. Silk coats.
I described them earlier. They're in the spider caves. I don't know if they're still here because you said the plateau was blown up, but
there's spiders on this island that are big and scary and the sizes of like mountains or something. And they're like, they know how to like walk past them without getting blown up, and they have like tremor sense or whatever. And they wear silk on their clothes, and they're like, we can get you deep in the mines to get those
So
crystals, but
they're
it'll
an
cost
occult
you.
faction that works with the plateau.
Yeah, I wouldn't say a cult, but yeah.
If they deal with the spiders, that's pretty occult.
Yeah, but it could be like we just know how like they're asleep during the day,
Not
and
a
here's a safe
cult, but they have
passage.
occult knowledge. Done.
Yeah, yeah, they
Yeah.
understand
Okay.
spiders.
The blinded was a faction we've already explained. Bloody
No, I
Venators
don't remember
are
anything about the blinded.
Okay, who keeps closing these fucking tabs before I can finish writing? Please.
Go ahead, what's the blinded?
Remnants of Fabian and like his following or whatever.
And they kill people?
That's simplifying it a lot.
What do they do?
they're the cult ones. They're the bad ones. So they're the followers of the fly version, probably.
They're a cult and they're obsessed with getting more occult knowledge. That's it. That's literally it.
Okay,
And they're
yeah.
very weak.
Power hungry. Well, they're stronger
I'm
than us.
also very weak.
The Bloody Venators is just the hunters who came in on the boat originally. Any that descendants of them or them who are currently alive. They're obviously living here now, so they're not like parts of the American Hunters Association, but they have that knowledge and stuff. So they're like the inoculated people who probably do crime to get by, and they know you could hire one to be like your like anti if there's spiders out tonight, there's immolators out tonight. It's like, let's hire an ex-hunter to keep us safe because they're like cool, but they might like kill people too because some people inoculated go crazy.
Okay.
Exactly. Is that all
So
for now?
revive. You had something you were going to propose.
Yes. So the idea was a group of criminals who used the Malachite Caves as a hideout. Um, they basically use the maze-like interior to make it harder for other factions to send their gangs to, mess with them. Um, but they'll harbor low-threat criminals in their hideout as like a
Mm, that's
like
fun.
sanctuary basically. But they specialize in pickpocketing and gambling scams and burglary, that kind of thing. The leaders are like fiercely adherent to the idea of honor among thieves, and they use thieves' cant. One of the members I have written in my notes here maybe is like an ex high ranking member of some kind of like a high ranking blue coat essentially, who was scorned and fired due to corrupt politicians. But I'm thinking this is like a small like tier 1, maybe 2 group of thieves essentially.
They remind me of that one faction in Fallout that's kids hiding in a cave.
Little lamplight.
I know they're
Kinda.
not criminals though. That's just the vibe I get, like what the base looks like,
They're
not what they do.
what I had in mind when I was putting this together was the kids from the Emerald Grove in BG3.
Oh
I don't
yeah,
know what
okay.
that is. Oh, Baldur's Gate. Never played it.
How have you not played Baldur's
Basically,
Gate? It doesn't matter.
I don't do anything.
Do things, Steve.
but yeah,
You need to start doing things. What would so if you remember from crew creation, there's a bunch of different crew types.
let me glance over that real quick.
What would you say that they fall under? It sounds like hawkers.
Hawkers? You just say, oh my god. Ray, you're so cool.
Wait, where am I finding this again? I'm so sorry. Crew
Uh,
creation?
under crew creation, where it says choose a crew type.
I see.
We don't have to necessarily align with these. Like, it doesn't like other factions don't have to be like. It just sounds like you're describing something that where you guys are definitely going to step on their toes at some point.
Oh yeah. That was part of the idea.
So having them be somewhat like
Hawkers aligns with the gambling idea, but I think Shadows makes more sense. Even I mean that is our thing, but
for what? For which part?
For the Malites. I think both Hawkers and Shadows works, but I lean more towards Shadows.
No, like what aspect of their thing do you think lines up with Shadows?
They do a lot of like they specialize in thievery and like covert stuff. Like they're not robbers, you know what I mean? Like they don't hold people at knife point.
Oh yeah, and whereas you guys are definitely going more in the well, I guess that's kind of like what Bravos do as well with the smash and grabs. Um,
Mhm.
you guys definitely were somewhere between Shadows and Bravos, depending on where you ended up going. But okay. I just wanted to like kind of give you a way to inform the fiction a little. Um, okay. Um, meow. And what is it? Did you put them into the underworld? What is Kit and Caboodle?
Uh, Underworld makes
In
the
the
most
middle,
sense. I
they're
hadn't
like
put them in yet. I was being patient.
I see. So it's not. So Kit and Caboodle is not the thing that Rhea was just talking about. Got
I
it.
No,
added another.
they're called the Malites, which I came up on the spot because they're in the Malachite caves.
Is malachite in
Malachite
copper?
caves. No, malachite is a type of rock.
Malachite is a variant of what you can mine to get copper.
I see.
It's basically stalactites made out of copper, like
That's the evil teeth.
oxidization, I think. Yeah.
I added a couple more. Kit and Caboodle is one I added. They like having, they're like think of like a D&D goblin and like 3.5, where they're like, or like a kobold that's like, they like shiny things, and so they're always like, oh, I heard that this one like rich person has a new shiny pocket watch. I want that. And only just to like have it. They're like collectors of just like weird, cool. Someone has a cool engraved gun, they want it. Someone has a cool watch. Someone has a cool cane. Someone has like a brand new cool hat they custom made. They want. They like stealing like little artifacts.
All right, I went to grab a
Unrelated.
pair of socks.
I'm just reading some of the character sheets. I don't know if you've gone to that part yet, Marcy. But with the attributes, you get 7 by base. Um,
3 are forced upon you. You pick 4. You can't go higher than a 2. But don't worry about that right now.
Insight, prowess, and resolve.
as in like you see how you already have 2 dots in skirmish and 1 in command.
Yeah,
But those are kind of just like
those are like my class defaults.
Yes.
I believe so, yeah. But you can choose any 4 more. In fact,
But
those are
you
just your
can't go
class
past a 2.
defaults. Those are just your class defaults. They're not set in stone. If you want, you could just have like 0 skirmish for some reason.
Oh, really?
I don't recommend doing that. I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's just your class
What
defaults.
does rec do?
Hover over and we'll give you
Uh,
a sentence
yeah.
description. Wreck is breaking things.
Skirmish,
Skirmish is blowing. Or, I guess.
prowl,
They'll describe themselves.
finesse.
I
Interesting.
created a faction that's like the lockpicking lawyer, but it's a group of people.
Well, I feel like my
I know
character
Key's right.
having a background in the hunt, I should put some points into hunt.
Everybody
That's cool.
has a background in Hunt.
Yeah,
You're
but like
all-
I mean,
No,
I
hunt should on
literally
the video game.
participated in a hunt. Like I
Oh
would
yeah,
hunt
for
one of
sure.
these.
It
Yeah.
would make sense for your character. So your background, the lawful pact. So normally
Mhm.
when you are doing character creation, you would choose a heritage, and you would have and the heritage would say which stats you pick, right?
Mhm.
So the lawful pact, like the way that we specifically said, you put 1 dot in anything that feels it reflects your character's heritage. Put 1 dot that reflects your character's background, and then assign 2 dots anywhere you please. So your heritage is the lawful
Mhm.
pact. So you put something that you feel reflects your time in the lawful pact. The lawful pacts were people underneath, like,
Mm,
so I could see putting another point in command from that,
That's what I'm gonna do.
because that's like, because they're under Sheriff Hardin. I could see you like, and then your background, where you're saying that your background is, you were saying, I know you were saying you were like a corn-fed girl from from Kansas. But
She also
which
participated in the
yeah,
hunts in
so
Louisiana, so maybe
putting a point in hunt from your background would make sense. Putting a point in hunt in study or survey would make sense because I feel like survey is the clue is picking up the clues.
Oh no,
Uh,
attune too.
But
Attune
yes,
is like a
putting a
ability.
point into a tune would make sense.
Okay, how many
I love that
points
there's
do I
just a bunch
have?
of 4. You get 4 on top of the 3 that are automatically applied.
Okay, so I've used
Yes.
1, 2.
You've only used 2, so you have 2 more.
I'll do a point in survey. A point in attune. I have 1 more point.
And I think that's all.
Yeah, that's all you have.
Yeah, that's everything.
Wait.
I will also I will
You have
remind
7
you
right now. That's all. I mean, you can get rid of 1 if you
okay.
want. But
I will also remind you that I think each playbook has like a recommended attribute to stay on, I think. Do they have that equivalent? I could be wrong here. Let me pull it up.
I can change the name of the class and the fun text. That's neat.
You could do a little dance.
Do a little dance.
I do not want to see the Haymaker take a rage essence vial.
that would be we would all die immediately.
You know the Fallout 4 psycho scream?
Fucking girl!
I feel like
I punch a guy in the mist.
Rage Essence Vial could just be like a stamina shot.
I mean,
Fucking girl.
Get what I just sent.
got it.
Listen to that.
Okay. It's really good that Marcy's doing this character sheet stuff that she can. The rest of us, what have we missed with crew?
Crew
feel
is
like we've
fine.
set-
The only thing we did is factions. I don't unless we're gonna finish creating all of the factions today.
I don't think we need
I
to
can
do
just
that.
list off like 30 more right now if you need.
List them off, but don't put them in like the actual faction sheet yet, because if you just put them there with no description, then we're gonna be like, what the fuck are these?
Yeah,
No, I can remember.
let's assign. Well, now we need to determine status. So first things first. Crew creation. How many tabs are there? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Once we're done with assigning like which factions like Amancia and which ones don't, I believe we are done with the crew creation. Aside from
no,
obviously.
we have to do something for as hunting grounds, the one that you guys were stepping on the toes of, we decided that was the gunrunners, which is the trade union. Crew upgrades. So one faction helped you get an upgrade. They like you. Get +1 status with them. At your option, spend 1 coin to repay their kindness and take +2 status with them instead.
+1 status with a faction. We can spend 1 coin, which we don't have, correct?
You don't have any more coin, no.
Okay, correctly.
I threw a description down for scary weapon. Cool.
We can change our decision from now that we see the other options here, we can change that. Or
But let's just run it.
I think you can. I believe you can at your option. You spend 1 coin to repay their kindness and take +2 status with them instead. I think you can. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say I think you can do this later, but I don't think that's how that works.
That's okay. We chose our first choice of paying 2 coin to the faction so they don't blow us up.
Okay, so which faction helped you get your upgrades? Helped you get an upgrade, and which faction did you guys screw over?
No, you tell us.
Nope.
The GM will tell you about 2 factions that are impacted by your choices.
Yeah, that's not how that's happening. I want you guys. I want whichever faction you guys are interested in interacting with is the one that I want to highlight.
DM's really just hitting
The
us with
fartalators.
No, you do it fine. I'll do it myself. Okay.
No. Hang on. So we took quarters, and we took thief rigging. So thief rigging. It would make sense for you guys to have. I'm still not seeing Ree's faction. What were they called? Did you add them to the faction sheet?
I can.
Okay.
Yeah, faction
So
sheet's in the character sheet.
I like
section.
the idea of you guys having screwed over the Malites to get your thief rigging. That sounds cool to me. But if it doesn't sound
I
cool to
tried to
y'all,
and it vanished.
You have to click the plus button and then type it in real quick, or else it'll delete it.
Yeah.
yeah, you have
It's
to
not
hit
like how
enter.
quick you do, but like if anybody does anything on the faction sheet while you're typing, it just disappears for some goddamn
Was
reason.
it? Remind me real quick. What were the sizes of the gangs based on the tiers?
That don't worry about it. Just like dictates how strong it is from 1 to 5. There are no
I
set
know.
numbers.
I know.
0 to
That's what
5.
I'm trying to. Okay. Yes, but like a tier 0 is like 1 to 2 people. A tier 2 is like 6 people or whatever, right?
The gangs, yes, we're talking about factions though.
I know. I'm trying to figure out the tier
Yeah.
of my faction based on the size of gang they would send out. Please.
Okay.
Let me try to find the thing.
It's under
Gang.
it's under the faction game.
Faction game.
Okay, so
Okay, Ray, are you ready?
a tier 1
Mhm.
a tier 1 faction will have small gangs, which are 3 to 6 people. A tier 2 faction will have medium gangs, which are 12 people. A tier 3 faction will have large gangs, which are 20. A tier 4 will have huge gangs, which are 40. And a tier 5 will have massive gangs, which are 80.
Okay. What do I need to do for hold and status, if anything?
So status,
Just ignore
nothing.
them.
Hold is the you don't ignore them. Hold is how how much of a grasp they have on their tier. If if they have a good grasp on their tier, they have stronghold. If they are weak, then it's possible for, like they're very close to being knocked down. They're like on the edge of it's either they're either 1 minus or 1 plus. Think of it like that.
Okay. I feel like they're fine.
So they're at strong.
40, 20, 10, 5.
I have a question for Dr. DM when it gets to character creation time.
Cool. Well, I think that's where we're gonna move next. Is we're just gonna finish this up, and then we're gonna go to your character creation.
Okay, I have to pee again because I'm a diabetic. Bye bye.
Okay.
So
Good to know
Okay,
about
so
your
we're
faction.
picking a faction that helps us get an upgrade, and you
are
want
you
it to be the whatever.
guys are you saying do you guys like the idea of you guys having screwed over the Malites?
Remind the Malites again.
That's the faction of thieves that live in the Malachite caves.
Got it. Okay. And I assume they know the silk codes because how did they get in anywhere?
Like in the little note that I wrote, I talked about how they use thieves' cant to like mark certain locations as like, oh, this is a good place to go for
Mhm.
like this neighborhood is unprotected. Rob these or burglarize these people. This neighborhood is protected. If anybody does anything to these people, we will fucking kill you.
I guess it
And then we
depends
steal
on
from.
I guess it depends on how like Rue, just out of curiosity, how like developed is the actual city plan right now, like the map? Like where's the
So
downtown? Is
the
it
way that
north or
things are going
south?
to be this. So if you look at the original map, um, the one
Mm.
that we wrote for the faction game, uh.
You said the dead zone has buildings in it now? The forest is still a forest, but the canopy is now a city. The plateau's gone.
Oh, I miss my girlfriend. She's so pretty.
Okay. Here. This is what I was looking for. Why won't it let me pin your...
Are you pinning down?
Trying to pin your... the image you... There it goes. Okay. I'm trying to pin the map you drew.
I draw.
If everybody will look at... So, if you look at the map, everywhere you see the fridge and, like, all the houses and the music, that is where the most development is going to be. Then if you look at the volcano, where like all those little squiggly lines are?
Hey, Dee,
Hmm.
we can hear everything.
I'm sorry.
Something
I unplugged
changed
my
at all.
microphone.
Are we
Got
looking
it,
at
okay.
the Magna map or the one that D made?
The
Oh, the one that D made.
I pinned the thing we're looking at.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
So
guys?
just like to get understanding, I only want to clear this up before I say anything about the faction that we're thinking of conflicting with. The So by the boat, by the merchant ship, where the music is, like the fridge and everything, that is, you're saying that's the nicer part of the city, like more developed, or at least.
Yes, so like that has that whole area all the way up to enveloping the towers.
I see, and that's the actual city right there.
Yes,
And
that is the main part of the city.
Okay, that makes
And
sense.
you
Then
said the dead zone
where
too?
in relative would
Yeah, so
downtown be?
the dead zone has separate buildings, but that's a whole separate thing. Downtown would be like at the dead center where like the music notes are. You
I
guys,
see.
you guys are the ones that you took the +1 with, the trade union. They operate near the docks. So you guys are situated probably on the east coast.
Got it.
Uh, which means it might be a good idea for you to also uh that's it. D and I are gonna work together to draw another map that's updated with more detail.
Yeah.
We should use the thing I bought you.
Or it
Hmm.
could also be Marcy. If you, but when D and I first talked about this was before you joined the game. So if you would like to participate in that, that would be great. If honestly, if we want to all do that,
Yeah, because
I
like
don't
in
know.
my brain right now, I can see where my factions sit in their house.
I just want to
Hey,
make my
Kobe, do you
character.
see the sad person on
Yeah,
the
not
ship?
tonight, not
Yes,
tonight. But that's another thing.
That's you.
Okay.
that's me right now.
Okay, so we have to pick. So are we fine with the Maltites taking -1 or
Yeah, okay,
-2?
that
I
makes sense.
apologize, -2.
Sure. Multites are main ops. Who
Yeah,
are
it's
our
So
pretty dumb to
friends?
hate us. Good
um,
Malites,
question.
but yeah, that's fine.
Malites. So -2 is hostile, -3 is war.
Who
Where did it
helped us get
go?
our upgrade for the beds?
I was thinking that might be. Um, I think it would make sense for that to be someone in labor and trade. Um, it so I think it might literally it might not be actual beds. It could have just been um a an extent like a modification to the house. So it
Mm-hmm.
could have been it could just be but it also like it doesn't have to be super. I don't know. That one's a little difficult with the factions we have. I mean, even with the it could just be that uh you did a job for them and got coin. Um like there's just a faction called laborers under the original thing. Um
Could just borrow that one.
and I imagine there's a tier 3 faction of just laborers with nothing here under them. So
There's a faction called Saw Blades who are deforesters, and they like do controlled fires, and they get wood for people, but they gonna hold the control of the lumber.
okay.
It's my
So then we will take we'll have them be the ones that help you guys.
There's a really cool faction. Can we keep some of the factions from the game or no?
Yeah, we can. We can talk about that at a different time, though.
There's a
Wait,
faction of
D, D,
firefighters who are
D,
so
D, D, D,
cool.
D, 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 please. We gotta move on. So we get +1 status with the faction that likes us, and now we need to take +1 status with a faction that likes our contact, and -1 status with a faction that doesn't like our contact. Now, our contact, the one we picked, they were
San Pellegrino, the curio collector.
isn't I thought his name was Armancio.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what I said.
Did he say that? Am I dumb?
Yep, you're dumb.
Okay.
I zoned out. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. So who doesn't like Armancio? Is Armancio in trouble with the law?
No, Amencio's
Yes.
a sweet little boy.
He's
And
our
he-
collector, right?
Yeah. He likes getting. He wouldn't like Kit and Caboodle because they are about collecting things, and they probably take things that he doesn't like. Or
My
he
God.
that they
1800 scalpers.
D, you need to put
Yeah.
hold for any of the factions you make.
hole.
Hold. Yes, you keep leaving them blank.
You left all yours blank, bitch.
I literally didn't. Oh, yeah, I did.
Penitentiary, opposite government, Spanish Inquisition, the archive
I did,
system.
I
You want
did,
me to
I
keep
did, I
going?
did. I'm wrong. Okay, I'm sorry. I fucked up. Okay, now shut up. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have told you to shut up. That was unfair of me.
Yeah,
Okay.
and you're like, keep it in one sentence, but everyone else will.
Yeah, D, you talk a lot.
Asshole.
That's what happens when you make like 20 factions.
Smile. Well, sorry, we're really
You're
about
doing
70.
I don't need 70, and we're also that's one thing I wanted to establish is we're not going to have nearly as much as the original because we're on a much smaller like place than Duskfall. So we don't need nearly as many. I want to have like 3 or 4 of each type, and then some of the
Can I
types
put
like
Liam and Tens in labor and trade or no?
the didn't we decide there was going to be 2 factions, one that was their like above board and one that there was their underboard?
Yeah.
I thought that was just how they worked.
I mean, like,
The above board one wouldn't be a criminal faction then.
well, no, all of these aren't criminal factions. They can be normal factions.
I
If they're in the
suppose.
underworld, they're criminal. Thank God.
Yeah. Anything else like, uh, for example, institutions, those aren't criminals. I mean, they may act like them, but they're not. Labor and trade.
Okay, so
I
if you
I just
engage
realized
with
the pirates are there for some reason.
criminality.
That's weird. Nobility
Yeah,
and
because
bosses are probably
so are
like.
the huh.
I realize now
Okay.
I would put the pirates in underworld because they're doing
Yep.
illegal activities. Like these aren't like criminal factions strictly. They're like factions blank. That's why there's like citizens here, which we have not put anything under, but don't worry about it.
But wouldn't the citizen faction be citizens doing crime?
No.
No, it would just be citizens. Like if they're doing crime, it would either go into others, maybe the fringe, but mostly the underworld.
Like in Citizens in the base game, there's Night Market who are criminals.
Are
Does
are
that
the night market
insinuate
criminals?
criminality?
I'm pretty
That
sure.
could just that's not a black market, that's just a night market.
I bet they were criminals.
Where are you
Yeah, it's the
getting that
best
from?
place to trade illicit and arcane goods in the city.
Well, I don't think that means that all of these are
So it's a difference between
illegal
underworld.
factions.
Yeah, like you can. It's the same thing of
So wouldn't pirates
Phew.
trading be in trade?
I would put the fleet-footed fleet in underworld, even though they're not actively in the city underworld, quote unquote. They are doing more criminal activities than actual trade. At least I think that's what I gained from your explanation.
No,
And
I see
thus
them
they
as just
would be.
capitalists who sit on the coast and they go up to pirate ships coming in. It's like, I'll buy 10 crates of pistols, please. And then they buy them from the pirates for like 10 gold apiece. And then they turn around to all the people living on the island. It's like, I got pistols here for 15 gold a crate.
okay. Who doesn't like Armancio?
Who's Armancio?
Our
Because-
collector,
I'm
Oh my
kidding.
God.
our
I said
contact.
Kit
Who
and
doesn't?
Caboodle was my
To be
vote. I
fair,
said
Rue
Kit
did
and
say the
Caboodle.
name wrong.
Is it not
Kit and
Armancio?
Caboodle-
Is that not how you
It's
say his name?
Amancio. There's no R. There's no R.
Oh, there's
Amancio.
so Armancio. Okay.
Armancio.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. So Kit and Caboodle,
Okay.
we're saying Kit and Caboodle doesn't like them. What are Kit and Caboodle? D made that thing. There's no
I
notes in
already
it.
said. Kit and Caboodle were the people who like stealing curios from people for like the sake of doing it. They have like someone gets a golden pocket watch, or someone gets like a fancy hat, or someone has like a pistol with
Pickpockets.
engravings that like won a really big score. You know, it's like, oh wow, this crook, like he robbed the Louvre with this one engraved pistol and only had to shoot once.
Okay.
It's like they want
Curio
that pistol
Curio
just for the sake of
pickpockets.
having
Got
it.
it. That makes sense. Okay. And they don't like him. Got it. -1 status. Who likes him?
Like Simoncio?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Great point. So Monty's a collector.
Collector.
Maybe. Huh. I'm looking at some of these and I have no clue what the fuck they are because I forgot.
I can say for mine.
Okay, where are the keymen?
The Keymen, I see them as like not necessarily crooks, but they're like locksmiths. I said it was like the lockpicking lawyer as like an entire
Got it.
faction. So they're okay with working with criminals, but they're not gonna like. There's basically like a hireable lockpick, or it's like if you need locks that are hard to lockpick.
Okay, how about for one of them,
That could actually
we.
work. Because it's like if he wants to steal things, he has like he's good buddies with someone who like is a lockpicker.
I, does he rob people? I thought he was a
He doesn't.
collector.
Amancio is a collector. He doesn't rob people.
Okay, okay. Not robbing people, but he collects, and sometimes things to be collected are locked on accident. He buys a safe from an auction, and it's locked. It'd be
Sure,
good for him
keyman,
to know
fucking
a
ball
Cool.
out,
lockpicker.
I guess. I don't
All
care
right.
anymore.
That
We did it. It only took us 4 hours.
too, and change. Almost 3 hours, but
Like a quarter.
yeah.
Like our beds.
Okay. I think that's
I'm
it.
sleepy.
Yeah. It's D's bedtime. Good night, D.
No, I can keep going. I have no work tomorrow.
Okay.
Hiru's actually trying to use you as a scapegoat.
I'm sacrificing.
Yeah, I don't want to make my character anyway.
Yeah, Marcy doesn't want to play. This is
Marcy
a lie.
does not want to make your character?
I want to make my character, but Rue, you're
Oh,
trying
okay.
to end the game.
No, I'm trying to end D being here.
Why? She's beautiful and lovely, and everyone
That was
likes
a
her.
joke. That was a joke. I was being
Well,
facetious. D is one of my favorite people
Facetious?
of all time. Let's
well,
move
stop
on.
being
So
feces and
much
just
heat
like.
all the time.
I just want help making my character.
Okay, let's move to that. Let's move to that thing right now. That's what we're gonna do now. Let's go through the character creation thing that walks you through it step by step. Okay. You chose your heritage, you chose your background, you assigned your dots, you chose your special ability already? You cut out, sorry.
Yes, not to be trifled with.
Okay. Special armor. Some special abilities refer to special armor. Each card has 3 boxes to track usage of armor: standard, heavy, and special. Does it have it? Oh yeah, I see it there. Special. If you don't have any special abilities that use special armor, then you can't use that armor box at all. Choose one close friend and one rival. Each playbook has a list of NPCs that your character knows. Choose one from the list who is a close relationship, a good friend, a lover, a family relation. Mark the upward pointing triangle next to their name, and choose another NPC who is on your rival or enemy. Mark the downward. You don't have to use any of these. You can create your own. So this is more of a, you don't have to use these specifically. You can use these for ideas, but this could be anything. So it is, um,
I don't know.
we can come back to that. That doesn't matter super much right now.
Okay.
Uh, duh, 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 duh. So we'll come up with a friend and a rival in a minute. Um, choose your vice. You already picked stupor, I saw.
Yes.
Okay. You seek oblivion in the abuse of drugs, drinking to excess, and getting beaten to a pulp in fighting pits, etc. What is your stupor? Like what is it
Fighting.
specifically? Okay. Um, record your name, alias, and look. Your name is Sarah Lee Grayson. Your alias is the Haymaker. Review your details. What question did you have? This is everything.
Huh? That's it?
That your character's done. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I
What?
put some descriptions down.
Base mechanically, you could also just add backstory and a different Google Doc like I did, and then
Oh, I was
personality
gonna
traits.
ask, is it okay for my fine heavy weapon if I have the gun, the haymaker from Hunt Showdown?
Let me look at the cutters thing because I believe cutters thing is specific. Let's see. Fine. Fine hand weapon is what it says. Oh, fine heavy weapon. A finely crafted two-handed melee weapon of your choice. Warhammer, greatsword, military pike, battle axe. A heavy weapon has more reach than a standard weapon. This might give you potency, and the power or reach of a weapon is a factor. So for cutter specifically, the fine heavy weapon is a melee thing, but your so there what we can say if you scroll down to where it says heavy items,
Mm-hmm.
a slugger rifle, we can use that. But what were you saying for you saying haymaker?
Yeah, I want the gun, the haymaker.
The haymaker is the revolver that shoots long ammo, right? I'm making sure I'm not
Shoots long ammo
remembering.
and shotgun shell in the middle.
Yeah, so we can tick slugger rifle for that. Actually, here's the thing. I
Marceline?
don't, I don't think I'm gonna make it heavy. I believe it's just gonna be.
Yes, T?
Oh, let me finish the thing. Oh, okay.
So, slugger
oh.
pistol. Are you opening the items, Marcy?
Nope. And I
Uh,
don't like that somebody could just do that on my fucking character sheet.
Yeah, we're all looking at your character sheet right now.
basically, yeah, I can assign them all to specific things, but the Duskfall is, if I remember correctly, their guns are a little different. Um, I think what I'm going to do is heavy weapons are going to be heavy items, like where it says slugger rifle, a large weapon. I think
Mhm.
I'll have that be the equivalent of anything that would immediately make you conspicuous. So
So like a 3 slot, or I guess a 3 slot you can do well. So like 4 slot, 5 slot items.
probably, but like Romero hand cannon is 3 slot. Yeah.
No, it's a 4. Wait, is
The
it?
hand like
Wait,
the
no, it's a 3. It's a 3. It's a 3. Sorry.
I think the shorter Romero I would allow to be the equivalent. I would allow that to be a light item.
Like a slugger pistol.
Uh, so slugger pistol is specifically it's a plasma thing. Because that goes
Do we
into
have
like
that?
the no. So that's the like whatchamacallit.
It's
That's
casting
the
thundercloud.
approximately yes. But I would just say pistol can just be what it is. Uh,
That's what I was gonna say originally, Marcy. Just make it a pistol.
yeah, it's
Well,
just gonna be a pistol, and then there is not going to be there will be narrative differences depending on what weapon it is, but how we implement I was D I lit okay.
But
I'm confused.
Sorry, what was Rue telling you about?
I don't know. Nobody's like
Ru-
talking to me.
Rue
Okay,
said
right,
that the
pistols.
haymaker
Okay.
can just be a pistol. When you
Yeah,
want
the
your haymaker,
thing
just make it a
about
pistol.
the haymaker specifically is that it's a Lamat, meaning it has paper cartridges.
Not in Hunt. They just
Not in Hunt.
someone made
Technically,
Shit.
it have
yeah.
Okay,
haymaker
never
cartridge.
mind.
Like
Does it still
the
have
the
9
hunt version is
shots?
fudged.
Yeah,
Yes,
but the
hunt
ammo
version is
doesn't
fudged
exist in
as
this
hell.
game, so I don't even think that matters.
Okay, but it should.
Like
It's
you can
the
have
most
a
important thing. The most important thing to consider with the haymaker, Lamat, whatever you want to call it, is that it does have the double, like the secondary barrel for shotguns.
Yeah,
Maybe
which
we
the
could just
regular
like,
Lamat has too.
yes, maybe we could just like add a
I have a
description underneath like a pistol,
I
or add like a new
I
light
have
weapon.
I have
Sorry.
a suggestion. If it's both a pistol and a slugger pistol, wouldn't it take up 2 slots if it's 2
You
things at once?
Yeah, but then
No,
you
so
basically can't use it most of the time.
Yeah, and
I know
also
what
it's
it is.
And
I know what it
shotguns
is,
don't
guys.
even do anything. Like realistically, shooting a shotgun in this system and shooting a pistol do nothing different.
It is just ways that we inform the narrative. It has
Yeah.
consequences. But
Mhm.
I know what it is. The Lamat would be um a it would be like the difference between a fine weapon and um a standard weapon. So where it says fine hand weapon, I would allow you to just have a fine a fine
On Ree's character sheet, it has the exact verbiage because Ree gets fine pistols as his main item.
what does it say for
Like
fine
that's
pistols?
Ree's character is about fine pistols, or like not your character. Sorry,
Well, I don't
your
want to step on Ree's toes.
no. Well, I don't know if
That's
Ree's
yeah,
doing
no,
that.
no, no. That's an issue with the system, not
That is
with
an
the
option that I have.
we have
Yeah,
to
Not
what
exactly.
is
yeah,
Which,
we
by the
need
way,
Oh,
I'm
to
look.
probably going to do. I'm probably going to be leaning more on the fine long rifle than the fine pair of pistols because I
I
want
mean,
I want to
Rue,
double
just
rifle.
delete. Just change Marcy's list. Marcy doesn't use fine hand weapon or fine heavy weapon.
that's what I'm trying to
Also
say.
really unrelated
That's what I'm
to
trying
what
to
you're
Yeah.
talking
get
about,
out.
so
What, Chloe? Oh, bye.
They
Get
said they
past
have to.
Chloe's bedtime.
Okay.
Oh,
My point, what I'm trying to say is there are a couple of things that are set for the lore of Duskfall, which won't really make sense for our fiction. So, like whenever you select an item, first of all, when you are in Blades in the Dark, you do not select an item until you use it.
yeah, I know.
Okay.
Yeah, I told her about that.
So, uh, we can say that so unless you are taking except for one of the new things that they've said is heavy items. So heavy items you will have to mark before a mission. And you cannot take a heavy item unless you pick conspicuous. Except for the fact that you guys can because you chose thief rigging.
But I don't even think a haymaker would be heavy, at least in my opinion.
A haymaker would not be a heavy item. A heavy item would
Like a
be
two slot.
would be what would be something bigger. It would be a rifle. It would be a full size shotgun. Um,
What is scary weapon or tools description? Playbook. Cutter. It might just fit into that. Oh, Marcy, you said you had a scary weapon in mind?
I have a scary weapon already.
Like what?
They're cool. It's a concertina bomb.
As a melee weapon.
Scary weapon, a hand weapon, or tool. Yeah, that implies hand. Interesting.
So this item grants increased effect when you intimidate. We can also
Put this concertina bomb on your head now.
yeah, we can also I feel like a concertina bomb would probably we can figure out where that fits, but
It says a scary weapon or tool, so I assumed I could just take a throwable as a tool.
Yeah. And you also have something called an unusual weapon in your light items, which could also be it.
I'm confused. Can like we am I?
What are you
well,
confused?
the specific thing you have doesn't super matter. It just matters that we mark one of them whenever and we can decide what the cutter specifically gets access to. We can decide what you specifically get access to that's separate from what other people do.
Yeah. I mean, again, she has pistols and everything.
Right, but everybody has pistols. That's not a Marcy specific thing. The things above that are
Right.
the Marcy specific things.
Yeah.
So
I'm fine with a fine heavy weapon being just the haymaker on shotgun mode.
well, here's the thing. So a heavy heavy things immediately become conspicuous, and I don't think a
No, they
haymaker would
don't.
be
No.
conspicuous.
Okay, haymaker carbine, just something I made up just now.
Big haymaker.
Like if it was a full size Lamat, I would see that would be a fine heavy weapon. But I think your fine hand weapon could just be your Lamat.
No, return to what I just said.
Are you wanting a carbine?
Haymaker carbine, 2 slot.
Okay, so fine hand weapon is 1 slot, and a haymaker carbine is 2 slots.
Yeah. So you just have to rewrite fine heavy weapon into fine heavy gun or whatever. Because weapon implies
Yeah.
melee
So
in the system.
the reason why the fine matters here is because that there's tiers to items. If you're it just determines positioning and effect. We'll get into that. Is there any other questions you have for character creation for tonight?
No.
Okay. All right.